What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Adam's Arms. It is Sunday night. It's 10:30. It's time for a Sunday social. A look back on the week that was and the week that will be. And welcome to a hostelry for the hopeful, a place where football can and will still be fun. And football's fun when you're here. So, looking back at the week, it's not been bad, has it? Like 1-0, pretty scary 1-0, heart in mouth, nervy, crappy performance against Newcastle Saturday the week before. We took on Atletico Madrid at the Metropolitano and came away with a pretty solid 1-1. They only managed to score because of one of those sort of handball decisions everyone's a bit sick of, I think. And then yesterday, a thoroughly convincing, what a really exciting performance at exactly the time we all needed it most. Showing what we haven't seen from this Arsenal team in quite a while. A demolition of Fulham, 3-0. So I think we can all agree it's been a pretty good week. And day after tomorrow, we have the semi-final second leg at the Emirates. We win that, or if we draw it and win on penalties, we're through to our first Champions League final in 20 years. Before that, tomorrow night, we have Everton, Manchester City, Monday Night Football. We're going to talk about it. I've done some analysis of it, and I'm going to be talking about what I think is going to happen, and I want to hear from you what you think is going to happen. In between all of that, hasn't all been great. I mean, Unai Emery, just when I thought, he's all right, his team, his shit show of a Villa team, basically failed. I think they had one shot in target in the 93rd minute, and that was a goal. You could have seen this coming, couldn't you? Tottenham look like they might be clawing their way to safety. Of course, West Ham have us to play next. And as much as I'd like to do... I mean, is there any part of you that would like to see us roll over for West Ham? And maybe if Man City do lose to Everton tomorrow, maybe we could do that. It's not going to happen, though. So West Ham probably not going to pick up any points in their next game. Do you think that's it? Do you think Tottenham are safe now? But I want to say thank you for being here. It's Sunday night. I had a few live streams yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Glad it's a bank holiday Monday, though. It's been a bit full on. So let's see who's here. Hawkwind, straight in. Of course he is. We've missed you being first in. This is Hawkwind, and when Hawkwind arrives... Good to see you. Glad you're first in. Like to get the music out of the way. Adam's here. Evening, Adam. How are you? And Sean, great to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Zanzi, Hawk, you the geezer. Congrats on the number one spot. It's a coveted spot. It is a coveted spot. Utu says Cole S. Now, Cole, we're expecting big things from you. You have been on fire recently in the chats. But Malia's here to give you a run for money. Big up, boss man, all the chat. Let's go, innit, fam? We're winning the league. Facts. Already spitting facts. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of Villa of Villains and a packet of Wyo. Why lose to Spuds? I mean, who loses to Spurs? It's just ridiculous. I'm just so irritated. I knew it was going to happen as well. When you look at a fixture list, this is the thing about Premier League football, and anyone could beat anyone and all the cliches. But when you look ahead, you think, yeah, Villa will beat Tottenham. Everyone's beating Tottenham. Villa are going for Champions League, or I think they've cemented Champions League place. Didn't make me feel any better watching Unai Emery standing there looking as angry as that. Malt Licky Texas is here. Assassin the Boy is here. Evening, Dan. Evening to you too. AFC Rids with Bash. Malia, kettles on, girl. Tea white, no sugar for the AA's sweetie. That's Adam's Arms. I suddenly thought, what's he talking about the Alcoholics Anonymous for? Gyökeres, 2 goals, he's rubbish. Haha. Do you want to talk about that? I'm pretty sure I said if he scored 14 Premier League goals, that would do me. And he's done it. He's exceeded my expectations. Thanks, as always, Zanzi. Now, this is a great point I want to talk about a bit more. Who needs Zubi when we have Skelly? Rotation. Yeah, no, absolutely loved Miles Lewis-Skelly's performance in his post-match interview. He is just one of my favourite players. I think midfield general for years to come, and he will be captain one day. Mark my words. Villa are so useless. 1-0 down to Nottingham Forest in the Europa League. Now, it is Emery's competition, isn't it? So he's probably going to beat Forest, but I'm really rooting for Forest now. Emery was very annoyed with the beer referee. I didn't watch his post-match. What on earth did he complain about this time? The last one, his last press conference was just so funny. He just doesn't have the communication skills, does he? I kind of hope Tottenham stay up. Just imagine no more for one. Let's stop it. I'm too old to have not seen or remember Spurs going down. I want to live that. I want to experience it. Don't take that away from me. Rival fans act like West Ham has a dream to keep alive. They say they have to beat us to survive, as if they weren't desperate for today. They want to stay up, but we have a title to win. I think it'll go against. I want to talk about that as well. To be honest with you, I think it'll go against them because they'll be nervous. And we yesterday didn't look so nervous. Seriously, though, put it this way. Even if it's a shootout, even if it's a foot race, if Everton lose 2-0 to City and then City do Brentford 2-0, both of which are highly plausible scorelines, then they will again be level on goal difference and their goals scored will eclipse ours. So they will be top of the table. But we have a shootout at that point, a foot race. Both have 3 games to play. We would at this point have to beat West Ham, Burnley and a Palace side who, let's be honest, already look like they're on the beach. Did Dick Emery shake hands after the game? That's a good question. I couldn't watch it after that. Yeah, we lost to Villa earlier in the season. Yeah, they were going for it back then, weren't they? We did also batter them 4-1, in fairness. Emery's temperament is that of a mid-table manager. It just annoys me. I know there's a lot of revisionism, and he was actually a lot better than people give him credit for. No one wanted him as Arsenal manager by the end. Found a new Arsenal channel that's good. Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. He's really good, funny, good, and I was one of the first people to subscribe to him. And he said, "Oh, I'll subscribe back," and never did. So do you know what I mean? I'm that petty. Who's up at 7:30? Come on, give yourself a lie-in. Zanzi's not sure, but probably not. I don't think he did. Who cares what Spurs do? We just take care of our business. I care. I want to see him go down. Leeds. Safe. That's safe. Premier League football. That's safe. Great to see you, Mr. Tom. When are we going to do another movie show? Time's coming up, huh? I hope Villa get knocked out of the Europa League this week and lose their Champions League spot to Bournemouth or Brentford. Amen to that, Assasa the boy. Amen to that. Mortley Texas says Gyökeres will get at least 25 goals in all competitions this season. Is he on 21 at the moment, isn't he? Well managed to stay awake. That Dalman Wanyeri Skelly midfield is going to be awesome. I don't know, I think Wanyeri may be... I don't know. Anyone else? I'm not going to talk about it now because I am a little bit worried about him. Can I just say I've always respected the institution of Arsenal Football Club. And... yes, you may say that. You may say that as often as you like. Mr. Tom talks wrestling. Lord Thomas of Leeds. So good of you to join our humble abode. So true. Well said. I actually don't mind Tottenham staying up. As crazy as it sounds, we need somebody to be taking points from City and giving us our annual 6 points. No, because Pep Guardiola's head of Arsenal, apparently, has said that Pep Guardiola is leaving this summer. So I don't think Maresca is going to be quite the force that Pep Guardiola was. That's not controversial, is it? Arsenal playing yesterday just reminded me of the beginning of the season. No pressure, just flowing football. Saka was incredible. I don't want to piss on our collective parade, right? But I can't be the only one who looked at that Fulham side and thought, Saka ain't right, yeah? They don't look themselves. They look like they've had an attack of the Trotskys. Hello, Zanzi, says Mr. Tom. I don't know where I went a bit Trumpton voice there. Hello, Zanzi, says Mr. Tom. Aston Villa could play a paper bag and still lose. They were bobbins. And stop telling me Rodgers is a great player as well. Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom.
Almost everything has something to do with Leeds United. Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom.
I can't help myself.
Love it. Bloody love it. Thoughts on Fabregas reportedly holding out for the Arsenal job? I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. What does that? That's a weird thing to say, though, isn't it? Because it's not. I mean, obviously he's at Como, and that he'd want to play in Europe. No, so. But does that mean everybody sort of thinks? I think it's just one of those wait and see. This is such a wait and see period at Arsenal, isn't it? Like if Arteta doesn't win anything, his time is short. His time is short. I saw the Michael. I think you mean the Michael Maxon movie. It was good, was it? It's a questionable one for me, that isn't it? Obviously, it's a. Did you feel like it was super accurate? Did you feel like that's probably exactly how it all went down? I'm not convinced, but I'm not. I should have known you'd have gone and seen that. Is it better than the Melania movie? Must have been, surely. Did you genuinely enjoy it, or are you just saying that with sarcastic irony that I've come to love? If we win the Premier League, would you still want? I want him to stay if we win the Premier League. You know what? There's so many weird conversations at the moment being an Arsenal fan, aren't there? Because you end up having these conversations. I mean, who else? Can you think of a single other fan base or team where the team are 6 points clear at the top of the table, 3 games left to play? Admittedly, the team that's up against us have 2 more games in hand, but you still got to win them. You'd still rather be in our position. Carling Opta makes us 82% favourite to win the league now. And we have only to beat Atletico Madrid 1-0 at home on Tuesday to go through to the first Champions League finals. First time in Arsenal's history that we would have been in a semi-final of a Champions League and top with 3 games to go in the Premier League. It's just not happened before. In 2006, when we made the final, we were 4th and we'd already lost 11 games in the season. With the full season played, we finished on 67 points. We are currently 9 points better than we were with 3 games to go. So that's quite an achievement, isn't it? Isn't it? So with all of that, we're still talking about whether I should be sacked. I think we're being led a merry dance by the people, the narrative generators. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to dig this out. The man, the myth. It is, of course, Zanzi Barbarian. Spurs fans oubliette. They were singing and cheering and happy today, and
that's not going to be filled today, then, is it? Bastards.
No, they're all in Birmingham. They'll be home by now, though. Oh God, Villa fans were leaving after the 20th minute. What about, actually, I didn't mention, what about did anyone watch the Liverpool Man United game? Oh, gutted. Don't like to see Man United.
I watched a bit of that. Now, I thought if it came off the attacker's hand, it wasn't a goal.
Yeah, but they watched it often enough and no one could be 100% sure that it actually grazed Šeško's little finger. And I don't care.
No. But I was looking at that thinking, oh yeah, this is a deflection. It's going to be cancelled. Yep, definitely a deflection. Going to be cancelled.
I don't think it was as obvious as that. Like if you're certain that, I watched it loads of times and I can't sure it's deflected off his finger or his hand.
Just seems to have the ball's going that way and then goes like that. So it's bonk. Yeah, but I don't care because only Liverpool, Man United.
And it happened early enough that they could have. I mean, I thought honestly, I thought Liverpool were going to draw that, but the Melania movie is a seminal moment in our time. But it's not my time because I haven't seen it yet. But I believe that Fabregas, the Chelsea man in my mind, and mine. But apparently, he wants the Arsenal job, and I think he believes he'll get it because he had a good season at Como.
Well, so he takes the Arsenal job and then goes to Chelsea. Yeah, that'd be typical.
No, I think that's it's in conversation because obviously that Chelsea will be looking for a manager and he's being mooted as potential, but he's turned it down because he wants to wait for the Arsenal job. That's the conversation. Mm-hmm. Is this the depreciation of avocado, olive, and peanut butter society? No. This is the Adam's Arms. Rosie, have you been drinking again? I would rather Man United win than Liverpool, to be honest. No, Liverpool every day. That's just madness. Don't be ridiculous, Malia. Definitely Rosie. Hope everyone's well, even though sponsored by Adidas. I would love to be sponsored by Adidas. Magic thought I was in the wrong room. Rosie, the Rangers Queen. Are Hearts really going to win the league in Scotland? Can that happen? I didn't even know that was possible.
I could do.
Malia, kiss, 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 ha, ha, ha. I don't want Fabregas in the same way I wouldn't want Van Persie back at Arsenal. They abandoned us in our hour of need. Mortlicky Texas. I think I'm with you there, but I'd probably get over it quickly. And by
I'm at
contrast,
50-50
Colliston
about
said,
Fabregas.
42 says Cesc is a gooner. Sorry, what's that? Zandy?
I'm 50-50 with Van Persie, because Van Persie said, well, he left because Arsenal wouldn't give him a contract.
Yeah, said that. The beauty is already here, Malia. Oh, look at that. Rosie in the house. I'd love to be sponsored by Pepsi Cream Soda. Yes, I haven't had that in a while. Let us join. Let us be joined. Let us allow to join an absolute hero. It is a man who needs no introduction but gets one anyway. All the way from Berlin. It's Benny. Benny grumpy or Benny happy?
Benny normal.
Yeah, well, so beating Fulham 3-0 didn't put a big happy on you?
Well, no. It was good. I did a watch after the match. I did follow the match. I saw you doing the live, but yeah, until
Because
we.
you said I thought you were joking because you came in and said I can't watch it.
Yeah.
You're
like,
missing out on football if you don't actually watch it.
This was the hardest of the, I guess, 4 games we had left. Now 3.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was
on paper. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sure, but we took them to the cleaners. We did a good job.
I think the reality is they're all going to be difficult. West Ham, there's a lot to play for on both sides.
Yeah. They are going to be difficult, but I was expecting Fulham to put more of a fight, and they didn't really. They just went out with a whimper. So good.
I'm a little bit, like I said, I'm a little bit worried. I mean, I went on a stream yesterday before we did a late one here, and I actually made a point. And everyone was like really surprised I said it. It's like, I don't know how much of that game was us being brilliant, and I think Saka was brilliant. But Fulham, like, it really did look like they all had a virus. It was not a great performance by Fulham. So what if that's lulled us into a full sense of security and we go to West Ham and get a 2-2 draw?
I think you still need to give the guys some credit at least.
Yeah.
Because Fulham have been well rested. Like, wherever they say virus or no virus, they've had more rest than us. We played.
Yeah.
We just. Mikel said the guys came back on Thursday, actually, not on Wednesday. On Thursday they came back. So we've had that amount of rest, whereas they've not done anything. Fulham still have a chance, even now, to get into Europe, a slight chance. So they were playing for something. It's not that they just down till we did play well. Miles did play well. Like I was also surprised because it looked like Saka was like doing things that he didn't normally do. So I think we should just hold on and let's see the Atletico game. If they put in like a similar performance, then I know I will have no worries.
Well, you never know now because the confidence. Sometimes beating an easy, maybe it's all going to work for us. But listen. There's a couple of things. Sander Berger's an important midfielder for them. He wasn't playing. They didn't. I tell you what, the moment was. You know when. Just a couple of times when they were sluggish and they were slow, and I know they're better rested and everything. I don't know. I just don't want to read too much into it. Great game, great performance. We did everything. Look, as I said at the start of the show, Saturday last week, we got the 3 points against Newcastle. It was not a good performance, but we got the 3 points. Didn't add to our goal difference. Oh, well. Then, midweek, a really good performance and what could have easily been a win against Atletico. And then on Saturday, we go away. So we take the 6 points we needed and we give ourselves a great chance to make the final of the Champions League. That's what we wanted from the week. And anything else would just be silly. So I'm really happy with the week. But I'm taking nothing for granted. And I know that it's going to be very hard watching us play West Ham. It's going to be hard watching us play Burnley. Well, it better not be, actually. Your finger is extended in a fashion which leads me to assume that you may wish to say something.
Yes, I am going to say something, and I would say the weekend is not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still a small matter of City going to Everton.
I'm just going to give you my take on that, right? Because it's not necessarily hugely optimistic. tomorrow's game, Everton, Manchester City, it's not really about form, it's about fit. Because when you look at the data, Everton are a team that's like built to survive. They survive games, low possession, deep defending, trying to limit damage and like take the odd chance when it comes. And the problem is, Manchester City are like the worst possible opponent for that approach because they don't just have the ball, they sustain pressure. So it's week after week they put up 2, sometimes 3 expected goals, have 20 shots on target, 5 or 6 big chances, and just keep going, right? And when you put that up against Everton's numbers, which is a team that regularly concedes 1.5 to 2.5 xg, you can see why I'm worried, because it's about now endurance. And Everton, can they really withstand 90 minutes of that pressure? There's always a set piece, a moment of transition, something like that. But this isn't a difficult game. It's a structural mismatch. Everton are absolutely built to survive pressure, and City are one of those sort of teams in the league that never stop applying it. So honestly, 2-0 Man City all day, every day, and possibly worse. Depends, So I think we just got to go with it on that. They'll still be 3 points behind us. They take on Brentford at home. I think they're likely to get 4-0 goal difference in those 2 games. But a big game is still Bournemouth. That's the one I'm looking out for. That's where it gets really interesting.
I'm not like confident. What did you say? 4-0 against Brentford?
I said, I didn't say that. I said over the 2 games, I expect there'll be 2-0, 2-0 or 3-1. I think they'll get 4-0.
I'm not sure they were going to beat Brentford 2-0. Brentford are actually in 6th place now. They are really pushing. I don't think Brentford will surrender that game.
I think you've got to, just to be clear, I'm saying that over the next 2 games, I think the aggregate of those 2 games will be that Man City will score 4 goals and they will not concede. That's what I'm saying. It might be 3-0 and 1-0, or it might be 4-0 and 0-0. I pray it's 4-0 and 0-0.
I think them having Brentford and Bournemouth so close together, they are going to be very difficult games for them. Like, obviously, I'm going to hope, but like Everton, I definitely agree with you on Everton. I don't think, although to be fair, when I've seen Everton play, they are always hot and cold. Sometimes they are really, really good. They are very resilient, but they are also very, very like steely defensive. But the Brentford and Bournemouth games, they are with the blip that Aston Villa has. I think they can, Bournemouth especially can smell blood, and they're definitely gonna go for City. So maybe Brentford, but that Bournemouth game is the game where I'm looking at where something can be had there. So we just need to just keep on winning, and yeah.
Bournemouth haven't lost the games in the Premier League since we played them. In obviously not when we lost to them, but on the 3rd of January we beat them at their place. And since then, they have been pretty consistent. But again, Bournemouth are another team that like to concede XG against. They've ridden their luck a little bit, to be fair. I think Everton is a. I really want to believe in Everton. I just don't. And Bournemouth, I do. But between the Brentford and Everton games, I think Man City catch us up on that. But then we play West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace yesterday were just. They're done, man. They're not playing in the Premier League anymore. Zan, did you have anything you want to say on those?
Yeah, I watched the. I know it was only highlights, but I watched the highlights of the Brentford West Ham game.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham were unlucky not to have taken the lead because they had some really good chances. But
yeah, I didn't see it.
Came out on top.
I didn't watch Match of the Day either.
No.
But I think Brentford at the Etihad, I just don't anything's possible. And I think Man City, aren't necessarily. I had a good couple of conversations last week with Man City fans, and the consensus, the overarching consensus, is that if Arsenal's 6 points ahead, that does put pressure on City. But they've got to win their next 5 games. The title's in their hands. I would love to see them drop a point tomorrow, or drop 2 points tomorrow. I would love that, because that would feel fantastic. But I still think, look, if we could beat Burnley 5-0, that's the kind of result that would really put this title race back in our hands. But you still have to beat West Ham at the London Stadium, and it's not something we always do. And then I think Palace are, like I said, Palace are going to make it to the final of the conference, and that game is 3 days after our game, isn't it?
I mean, to be fair, unlike a Tottenham fan who will be supporting the opposition, even if we were 10 points clear of City playing West Ham, I would still want us to beat West Ham.
You'd still want us to beat West Ham?
Yeah.
I don't think that's controversial, Zanzi. Like, we're
No,
going for the
but,
title. If we weren't going for the title, I might think, like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I'd say, well, no, I want us to win, but if we lose, all right, we'd like West Ham. But no,
Well,
I mean,
I'd love if City lose against Everton. I don't think they will, but if they lose against, then I'd quite like to give West Ham a draw. It's terrible, isn't it?
yeah, I still want us to win because a win gives us an extra 3 points over them.
No, I mean, listen, I want us to win all 3 remaining Premier League games 6-0.
And next season, I'd like us to win all 38 Premier League games. That'd be good, quite good.
Yeah, that'd
hard,
be an invincible
difficult
season.
No,
It's not been done
impossible if we lost the first one or drew the first one. Oh, shit.
yet. Bloody Amazon are charging £15 for a case of 24 cans. Not had it for ages. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Pepsi cream soda. You can get it from supermarkets. Did we congratulate Leeds on a great win on Friday? I did. Yes,
We did.
Well done. Delighted. Really happy. Safe. That's safe. Don't think I've had cream soda since the 1980s. Cream soda is delicious. Fabregas is a traitor and 1-0 with him. Overrated, overpaid, and over here. Out, out, out. Des Moran. I think you and I are about the only 2 people who feel like that, But I do have a problem with Šešk. You don't like him either?
No, because he went off to Chelsea, so I thought, if you're going to Chelsea, then.
The story with that, I think, was that that Wenger didn't take him back. I think he wanted to come back.
Yeah, I don't really care about the Chelsea thing. It's the Barcelona shit that I felt I was annoyed by. The Chelsea thing, yeah, you're right. He tried to come back to Arsenal, and Wenger said we had too many midfielders for him to get in.
Sometimes Arsene Wenger just was a bit baffling, wasn't he? It's like we've got too many midfielders for Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah, so that was
what?
Then yeah, he did. So he went to Chelsea, but I can't like the Barcelona shirt thing.
I felt for him. He's a young man, and they kind of had him in the dressing room, and they put the shirt on him. But I agree with you. I do agree with you. Half the Fulham team are Arsenal fans. Yeah, there's definitely 1 or 2 in there, isn't there? Bit concerned we didn't add at least 1 goal in the second half. I wasn't. I take your point, but I just thought, with the Athletic game coming up, it's all right. Right. And the odd sweet every now and then, it's Benny's always eating. Do you have anything to eat tonight, Benny? You normally...
No. not tonight. It's too late to eat tonight, so no.
Oh, you've eaten later than this. Don't give us that.
Yeah, you have.
We've watched it.
I'm trying to get the summer body on. Yeah.
So am I. I'd like the summer body from 1985, actually. I'm expecting us to finish a point ahead of City, says Boytendio. How's that going to work, though? How do we finish a point ahead of them? I don't think a point ahead of them even. They'd have to lose 1. We'd have to draw 1 for that to work. Don't think it works any other way. I think if we get 9 points, then they can only finish level with us. And if they don't finish level with us, so they can only finish 2 points behind us, not 1 point. So, spider. Can you go over there, please? Thank you.
What sort of spider?
My fucking David Bennett. I have no idea. Like, I'm
big
not David
one, small
Attenborough.
one?
Yeah, massive. It's like a baby gorilla.
All right.
Fuck. It's just a spider. Pepsi Max for its stronger and less artificial flavour. I don't like any of them anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant. It's doing something like eating a yogurt, like with a chopstick. Don't do that. I'm not a fan of Coke at all. Right, working assumption is that City will win all their games and we drop a game. Buckle the seatbelts. But if that happens, they've won the league. That's point end here. Like if we drop any points and they win all of their, then they will win on points. You were saying, are you saying you think we're not going to win the league? Because I think we are.
I mean, what game? Like realistically, we should all the remaining games we have. We are in a really fantastic position because we
are now, yeah.
West Ham, Burnley, and Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Like we're taking care of Fulham now. I guess it's unfortunate, but I guess we have to relegate West Ham.
I think Villa did that today. To be honest with you,
they did. Like that was a crush. Like actually, I think they did it to themselves when they didn't do it to themselves because they did.
Brentford,
they did play very well, but losing that game 3-0 must have knocked the wind out of their sails.
Given confidence to Tottenham.
Yeah, exactly. That must have. And then after Tottenham did that they just been really weird. I think last week they drew, didn't they? They drew the game
last week. West Ham beat Everton and then Tottenham beat Wolves.
Yeah. So, but then they were losing. Yeah, I remember that game. They were losing at first, and then they equalized. And then
Well, they drew. So Everton drew, and then Everton leveled it, and West Ham got one at the very death.
Yeah.
But actually, I was thinking about this. You know, when you're looking at teams that are that low, I mean, you do expect them to lose most of the games. So West Ham have done really well, but
little too many things.
I can't call it, but then the Villa result has massively flipped it in Tottenham's favour.
Did you watch the match? Yeah,
I watched the Villa match. Yeah.
It was shocking.
It's just so bad, and people want to talk to me about Unai Emery.
I know, right? I was like, where are the Arsenal fans that were calling for Unai Emery when he beat Aston Villa beat us? I was like,
yeah.
Just watch that match. It was oh my God.
It's the way he's standing there scowling at his players, and you just think they're not listening to you, man. Whatever you said to them after, but don't forget that they've got the second leg of the semi-final against Nottingham Forest coming up.
Yeah, he made 7 changes from the previous week for that game.
Yeah,
that's no bloody fault he lost.
That performance was absolutely a stinking. At home, it was stinking. It was almost as bad as us against Bournemouth. That was actually I don't even know how many shots. Did they get?
I would definitely say it's worse.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't have a shot on target till they scored when Diaz scored.
Shocking.
Awful football. Awful clueless nonsense.
Yeah, like they didn't do anything. Like I'm looking at the match momentum where the BBC thing. And they didn't do anything till minute 80 something.
I mean, to put it in context, yes, Aston Villa have beaten Wolves, but in 150 days or something, they've beaten Wolves and Villa. Yeah, that's how bad this Tottenham team is and has been. And Ross Barkley, I could have played that way today. I mean, you could have put me in there today. He did nothing. They were just dreadful nonsense. They didn't even get started until about the 70th minute.
No, Tottenham wanted it more. Definitely, they did want it. They did play like they wanted it. But
yeah, they look good, and I thought, when you look at Richarlison injured, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. It looks like he might be out for at least 1 or 2 games.
They have Burnley next, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah. Listen, I think Tottenham are safe. I can live with that if we win the Premier League.
No, actually, they don't have Burnley. Sorry, I misspoke.
They've got the remaining games Tottenham have are they've got Chelsea, they've got Everton, and I think because Leeds are safe. Maybe it'd be an easier game for them. But I think Leeds is the next game. Isn't that right, Mr. Tom? Mr. Tom will know. He's here. And I think Leeds should beat them, but again, because they're safe. More Leaky Texas says, I used to suffer from severe headaches. Turned out it was from Pepsi Max. Never had a headache again since. Stopped drinking it 5 years ago. I've stopped drinking as much. I do still drink the occasional soft drink. Do we think Forest can come away with any result? I do. I mean, like, if you watch Villa today, you think, well, Forest are through to the final, no?
If you watch the way Forest played against Sunderland, that 5-0 hammering at their place.
Oh, when was that? I didn't see that game.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Sunderland 0, Forest 5.
They destroyed them. Sunderland were terrible. Absolutely.
I did see that. It was a Friday night game, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I did see. Yeah, I remember it to 4-0. Yeah, you got me. Yes, true. They did. Yeah, but that was where they made themselves safe, wasn't it? Right, great weekend. Spurs winning doesn't affect us. Hope Everton stop City tomorrow since they're fighting for Europe. If we beat Atletico, the morale boost carries us to the Prem title. All good points. All good points.
I think this as well, yeah.
I'm going through some of these. Cesc wanted to come back but was told no by Wenger. I know, it's crazy. It is crazy. It's like when Manu Petit wanted to come back and he was like, nope. He was a bit like that though, Wenger, or he still is probably. Wenger didn't make an offer for Fabregas because, and I state, we already have Ozil. Oh. So I know it's Wenger. Oh. So, win Tuesday. It's our last midweek. Oh my God. That's weird when you get to this point in the season, isn't it? I hadn't even thought of that. He's right. That's, oh, wow. Wow. Well, you say that, but the Champions League finals midweek. So, yeah. Not necessarily.
Or the UFC final.
Actually, do you know, I don't know. Is the Champions League final on a Saturday?
It's normally on a Saturday.
I sort of always remember it being midweek, but I think I'm wrong, aren't I? It's definitely been on a Saturday. Yeah, I'm talking shit. I don't know why I've got it down as a midweek game. It's not, is it?
Champions League final will be
30th of May.
Yeah.
Which is a
weekend. Yeah. It's the Saturday. I'm not going to talk about we're going to get there or anything. I just want to. That game's going to be massively important, isn't it? The Barca DNA shit was some bullshit, though. I thought Fabregas would be stronger than the Spanish peer pressure, but he was still a baby, so I don't blame him. And shit, mate, the amount of adults I can peer pressure is insane. They are much older than Fabregas was at the time. Hey, Miss Molina. One day Miss Molina will join us back up here, don't you think? Can we, I'll tell you what, peer pressure. Boy Tendia, can you put some peer pressure on Miss Molina? We want her back up here one day. Hold the phone. City have still a game in hand. When the fuck are they going to play that? They're not in UCL in the hold-up. Right, they are. Their games are all sorted now, I think, aren't they? Let me just double check. Bournemouth is 3 days after the cup final, which is,
They will. That's why I think they can drop points. They will be playing very.
Haven't you heard the big hoo-ha in the fact that City got to play 10 games and 4 games in 10 games?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, we've already done that twice this season.
No, LB was on Don Husam's channel, and we were talking about it. I was like, or was it? Yeah, and I was saying, look, I have no sympathy because we're all playing 38 games, and all of us have played them by the same date. So the thing that you're complaining about now, we weren't allowed to complain about.
But we did it in January, and we're doing it now.
Well, we have slightly easier. Well, we have to play the Champions League as well. So they've decided to sit out the Champions League, so they get a break. I have no sympathy on that. I do like to point. Actually, I just want to say, Benny, I agree with you. Right, you can see them dropping points, but you can also. There is a world in which you can see Man City winning every game from here.
Yeah, sure. No, but it's just that I just can't. Like Brentford and Bournemouth are really hard games. And when you're playing so many games in such a short space of time, it's gonna wear on you. It's gonna wear on you.
Yeah, especially if one of them's an FA Cup final. So I mean, if we're looking at it now, tomorrow, then they have 5 days off before they take on Brentford at home. Then they have 4 days off before they play Palace. And then 3 days after that, they're in a cup final. And then 3 days after that, they're playing Bournemouth away, which is, like I've already said, Bournemouth have not lost a game at home since the 3rd of January, or when we played them up there. And then they play Aston Villa at home. But let's be honest, this Aston Villa side, we might as well just give them 3 points now. If I was Unai Emery, I'd be tempted not to turn up and just give them the 3 points, 3-0. Because they're just bloody awful. Right.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if that FA Cup final went into extra time and then to penalties, because they'd be absolutely fucking knackered for the next game,
absolutely. That's why I'm gutted that it's Chelsea, because they're shit. If it had been Leeds, I could see it. Chelsea are poop. They're not going to take them to extra time. I'm saying that it's reverse psychology. Listen to me, Chelsea, and do it. Dan, Zanzi, Ben, Carl, Rosie, BX. Is BX here? Did I not say hello to BX? Jose, if you're here, I'm so sorry, but I haven't seen him. Lucky, Dio, Tom. You guys still talking about food? No, we did have a bit of a food fest. But that's all right, isn't it? Saturday night. We threw in an extra show and we talked a bit of... actually, you know what I had this morning? Full English breakfast. Oh, splendid indeed. So everybody, I predict City to drop points to Bournemouth, but I'm anxious about the West Ham game. Hope we pepper them. I think that's kind of how we're all feeling.
Yep. Can I ask a question? It's relating to the game last week. It's one of our very underrated players. What did you guys think of Calafiori's performance?
Oh, I love him. Loved him. Can I just say, so my answer to that is sort of a composite answer, because here's how I felt, because I was asked a couple of times yesterday, why do I think we suddenly played well? And I think you can pick on skill, but in real life you pick on character. So Bukayo Saka has been tested at the highest level and he plays at a high standard when he has to, right? Gyökeres has tons of confidence because he took the 14 shirt, right? So whatever you think about Trossard, he's not short of confidence. Calafiori, tons of confidence. Miles Lewis-Skelly, tons of confidence. It felt like we put our guys out there yesterday that were like, no, we got this, we'll do, don't worry about it. Eze, you know? Some of the little moves he made yesterday were just like, oh, mate, just beautiful footballer. And so for me, I think Calafiori fit the occasion brilliantly. And I thought that if he wasn't injured all the time, I don't think Hincapié gets in the side ahead of him. That's my thoughts anyway.
Here, there, and everywhere. Like, he was popping up at on the right wing next to Staka. I was like, he's your left back. And then he was in the center trying a shot, and I was like, this is like attacking football. We like
total football.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope they get to the final, get some rest, and we can keep this team and no more injuries. That's what we just need to hope for. No more like severe injuries. And
I don't know. Look, can I be controversial? Is there a bit of you that's sort of hoping that Odegaard is injured? Because
you
know what? I think I don't know if I'm it's harsh, but I keep that side. The only thing is also, I didn't hear Saka talking about it after the match, but someone told me that according to Tom Canton, and by the way, have I already said a massive thank you? I watched your bit on Tom. That was so cool, mate. Did I already thank you? I can't remember if I already thanked you.
You did, but you hadn't watched it then.
I watched it and I couldn't believe it because I thought you would have just gone, but you were like fully using it. You're like a 35-second infomercial. You absolute legend. No, I'm hugely. Yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I watched it and I did find it really funny that the guy was talking about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but. So a lot of people. So I didn't see Saka's interview, but Tom Canton, I think, was in the conversation with you, was saying that, or in that show, was talking about how Saka has Achilles tendonitis, and I don't know anything about these things, but like I looked it up, and he should not be playing football. And then apparently someone was saying that after the match yesterday, he said, "Oh, this is the first time I've played freely." So maybe he's just come through it. But oh God, if he does something to his Achilles, tendonitis at his age, it's just a really dangerous thing. So I watched him play that 45 minutes and just thought, how beautiful. And then I went on Mo's show yesterday, and they're all going, you've got this Ahmed, this Man United fan going, I don't think he's that good. I have these 4 tiers of players and he's not in the top tier. It's like, all right, well, fucking save your tears. I don't care what other people think of Bukayo Saka. It's so pointless. When they were saying to us, do you prefer Foden or Saka? I'm not swapping. I'm not swapping Saka for Palmer or for Foden. And clip this if you want to. I'm not swapping Saka for Lamine Yamal because Saka's our star boy. He's been here since he's 8. Like, some things are important, right? Some things are just important, and it's not a FIFA game. You don't just swap players in and out. That man has character, and I think he may be the reincarnation of David Rocastle. So, he stays. But that 45-minute, because so many of his own fans have been saying for the last year, oh, he's washed, he's dead, he won't play well again. And I said, well, watch that then. Watch that game. Everything he did, from his goal, his assist, just everything he did, the passes inside, taking control of the ball, absolutely world class yesterday. And I just hope he is fit. But if he's fit for a Champions League final, he'll give anyone a run for their money. And certainly if you're up against Bayern's defence. Right, I'm going to read some of these out. True Win says, Champions League predictions. God, good. Well, I'll put a pin in that. We are going to come back to that, I promise you. Fabregas was always twerking for Barcelona. Very disrespectful to Arsenal. We have our pride. And where am I? I made steak and gravy pie topped with spinach mash today. Oh, spinach mash. Interesting. Best behaviour, lads and lasses. Miss Molina, I worry every game. We always drop the ball. We don't always drop the ball. Leave Emery alone. No. Ooh, sounds fab. Cool. I made my own potato wedges and sausage casserole with peppers, onion, carrot, leek, mushrooms, and a beef. It was Jack's second helping tomorrow, lol, as I'm a hermit. Oh, it was Jack, sorry. You frozen, Dan. Now I'm back. Is it better to start the best 11 and kill the game in 90, or like the first leg, bring on the big guns in the second half just in case of extra time? Not a great question, but that's that's a good question. I like that question. I think we're going to have to talk about the Champions League. Get yourselves ready, guys. Okay. Richarlison is resting for the World Cup. Good luck to him. I need to make my son's birthday cake for him going away for the weekend. Got a couple of weeks. Love the Porcini Princess. Okay, so here we are. Every Emery fan saying he'd win us the league and joking. Plenty of clubs have interim managers on vacancies right now, yet none are approaching him. If he's that good, why don't they take him? Who was saying? Unai Emery? Yeah. Not bothered if Spurs stay up. We can still enjoy flogging them next year. I'm bothered. Makuzi! Hey, my fellow Gooners. Can't believe how lucky we are to patron the Adams Arms 2 days in a row after an emphatic victory. I know, it's brilliant. It's a bank holiday, isn't it? Great to see you here, Makuzi. And at this point in the season, fans should really get behind the team. Whatever happens, we can talk of. I agree. Everyone up here agree on that? Like, just for God's sakes. Talking about should Arteta go right now, it's like, yeah, do you know what? Let's call him in. Just do it the night before the Champions League final. That makes the most sense to me.
I'm always 100% behind the Gunners, but we will discuss them when they play badly.
Yeah. Do you mean you mean like all the players and the manager, or you?
No, well, like when we played Bournemouth, we critiqued them, didn't we?
I think it's absolutely fine. I think it's absolutely fine to critique players. But I think what it comes down to at the moment is there are so many. I don't know. Is this unkind of me to say this? Because I think there are a lot of people out there. And we had one in last night, and naming no names, but one popped his head in yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, not you." And like they've spent so long going, "This guy's never going to win us anything," that they're just trying to get it all in now, because in less than 4 weeks' time, we'll know, won't we?
Yeah.
So I think it's absolutely right. In June, if we've won nothing, I still want to take a deep breath and go away and think about it and come back and then say what I think should happen. But It's just an opinion at any point.
And if
I
we
wish I-
don't win anything, they come back and say, "I told you so."
Yeah, and it's a lovely life to have, isn't
Yeah.
it? To
Oh, yeah,
to-
absolutely dead right. Yeah, we didn't think buckle. Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
It's
It's
like-
really what we wanted. Actually, we didn't want to win anything. Yeah, so you did right. Well done.
It's like when they do that with England in the World Cup. England will never win. I told you they wouldn't. It's like, well, you all know they're not going to. We're just trying to enjoy the World Cup. Although I'm kind of over that now. I just want Arsenal to. I don't care about the World Cup at all. I'd cancel it. Makuzi says, I wish I could sleep at the Adams Arms hostelry for the hopeful. There's always room.
Yeah, there's loads of space in the oubliette, which is there. There it is.
Jerry Tendwa says, please consider that Aston Villa is fighting to qualify for the Europa League final, so the game against Man City would be tough. Yeah, if they get past, Forest, it's not a given, by the way. He's a heathen, probably fried bread or toast. Does anyone on the panel share my concerns about Rice against West Ham, considering their predicament, or am I losing it? You're losing it. You're absolutely losing it. I don't think he's going to sacrifice winning the Premier League to keep his old team up. I think he'd sleep soundly knowing that they had an entire 38 games to stay up and it wouldn't come to. No, but let's say give him half, and if he's not playing well, just sub him. Yesterday I learned about a bread sandwich. I think that's still a better suggestion than banana on pizza. What other sandwiches are there? I think such carbohydrate constructs should be criminal. Rosie's a sandwich with bread as the filling. It's English. No, it's not. Zanzi, have you ever heard of a bread sandwich?
No, but I've heard of a sandwich made of bread.
Yes, well, sandwich is bread on
Right.
either side of a filling, but it's not bread on either side of other bread. That's just a loaf of bread. You've just bought a loaf of bread. Hey, fellas, says Ronnie Johnny 88. I love Taka doing the inside dummy and going outside. Everyone thinks he has one trick pony going inside and will go either way. He sat his man down on a plate for Vic. I just loved that move. It was absolutely wonderful. But what I'm saying is it led to me thinking maybe there is a bug going around. I don't know who was the Fulham player that he sat down.
Jimenez.
Right, because he took an age getting up. I get up quicker than that. Do you
Oh,
know what I mean?
right.
He was like,
No, I watched how he got up, actually, and I was thinking, yes, I'd have done the same thing, because you don't want to push it, because you could really strain something doing that. Because his left leg was bent as he was lying backwards.
he's a professional athlete. It's always get up in 3 stages. What are you talking?
Remember the time Trossard did one to Porro, where he and then he got off the pitch. Yeah, it's similar. It was just like really, he cut back and then Porro just went off injured. It's just
What was the one? The one I really liked was against Man United, Jesus, and I can't remember. Was it Martinez where he just starts sliding and doesn't stop sliding for about 2 days? It's
I think it was
brilliant.
Maguire. They had like a meme on it where he just kept.
I'm not
sliding.
sure. Was it Maguire? I'd have to check. I don't think it was either of those two actually, but I'd have to go and look at it. But it was brilliant. Realistically, the title is out of our hands at this stage. All we can do is just finish the season as we played yesterday on high. Malt Licky Texas, I disagree, man. Title is not out of our hands. It's absolutely not. You win the next 3 matches 6-0, we've won the league. That's that. But it's equally out of Man City's hands. We always deal with West Ham away. No, we don't. No. Must I remind you that Saka missed the penalty again? Do you not remember the 2-2? That horrible 2-2 where Thomas Partey gave away the chance. Declan Rice was playing for them. 22-23.
David Moyes was their manager then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got rid of him because they wanted more attractive football.
Yeah. Well, look how's it working. I mean, Ryan from Mr. Arsenal watch along, and he sent me a video about how bad their London stadium is. I've never been, but my God, watching this video, I was like, yeah, do you know what? Hard. Like even, when you've got a club like West Ham that always had such a great ground and so much pride and location and everything, it's the heart's ripped out of it. At a certain point, you just think, might just call this a day now. Wasn't a Jimny cricket, bread and a sandwich? Desmoran, Declan scored at home against them this season. He's not slumping. No, I don't think he is. Not going to lie, our win against Fulham was a byproduct of Havertz and Odegaard injuries. That's not a bad shout. Well, I kind of said, Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that first goal, Havertz wouldn't have been where Gyökeres was.
It's hard, isn't it? Because the game changes. I don't know. Yes, I'm glad the team that played yesterday, and I'm glad they played as well as they did. So I don't want anything to change. And if you said to me you could go back and replay that game, but swap Havertz and Gyökeres, I just wouldn't do it. So Mort Leakey Texas says, what's the difference between a full English breakfast versus a full Irish breakfast? It's a very interesting question for debate because actually the first ever reference to this is a full English breakfast. A full Irish is just a derivation of a full English, but they use Irish sausages, which are, in the opinion of many Irish people, better, although I would take them to task on that. And they don't have beans, but sometimes they do, and they usually have white pudding as well, which is a suet and fat product, which is all right. I like it, but no, let's be honest. It's a full English is the proper breakfast. Everything else is a derivation of that. Cat of Fury is too unpredictable to rely on. Good shout, Dan. I don't know what that was about, but I agree with you. Do you mean a toast sandwich? Stop it. Stop you. Okay, Dan, I'm going to have to call you up there. Not interested in Saka for your mum? No. Nah, man. Do you know some things are more important to me than just like having I think Bukayo Saka loves Arsenal, has been there since he was 8 years old, and whatever he doesn't give you that Yamal gives you, I can live with.
I would take Yamal as backup for Saka and say goodbye to Mr. Madueke.
Really? You could live without Noni?
Yeah.
I don't know how you're so confident. I don't know what we would do without
I don't know.
Noni.
Just had this mad
Madueke.
feeling.
Well, it's a bank holiday Monday and I'm drinking. Not
See,
heavily.
I mean, Benny's so shocked about what I just said. He's not even moving now. He's not even breathing.
He's not. Do you think he is?
Oh, he's back.
No, I'm still here. It's not a bank holiday for me, unfortunately. I'm working tomorrow.
There are no bank holidays in Germany.
Yeah.
We will
Well,
work
in
them all.
Berlin especially, they don't do a lot of bank holidays. Yeah.
I've never been to Berlin. I can't wait. I can't wait for my first ever trip. Rosie wants to know what your channel is, Benny.
Oh, I don't have a channel. I just like coming on here. I don't have time for
Always. This is your channel then. This is where you belong. Calafiori has a skill of Hakimi, just needs his fitness too. I'm not going to say it because it will start a controversial discussion I don't want to have about Hakimi. I know toast sandwich is an old thing. Apparently it's okay. Look, let's just stop calling it a sandwich. That's all I'm saying. Fried bread in the middle of a sandwich. No meat, no spread. I've never been that poor. Do you know what I mean? Like, we always had something, even if it was a bit of cheese. Do you know what I mean? Even if it was even a cucumber, for God's sakes. But just going, if you serve someone a sandwich and it's a slice of bread between two slices of bread. Arteta confirmed after 3-0 win against Fulham that Saka's Achilles pain is finally gone. He's been restricted for months, but the boss said he looked loose and relaxed. He did, but he took him off at half-time. Yeah,
That's
great
the game,
depression
isn't it?
type food is right. Might actually make just one to keep. Depression food is usually food that was made in depression. This just sounds like food that would depress you. I'm out, do you? No one wants a bread sandwich, all right? Coles, you are a classy individual. A beef goulash, yes, 100%. I make a mean beef goulash. Lasagna, also a very good choice. We're already on the food. Garlic bread with the lasagna. Garlic bread, pain perdu with extras. Best comfort meal ever. I would also surrender all conflicts, so I'd just go home and eat that. It's all right. It's okay. I'm not that mad about it. Yes, imagine going to a pub during the World Cup saying, "Oh, you think you will win? Rubbish. No chance." Wouldn't get much joy. It's just not how football supporters used to be, is it? It didn't. Like, I don't know how much I can tolerate these people going, "I've been telling you for years we were shit." It's like, oh, right, well, that's good. Well done, you. So I'm going to come back to some of these. Misunderstood Ninja. Title is not out of hands. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's completely in our hands. It's just difficult because you don't know exactly. We win our next 3 games. That's all you can do, right? I think we get 5 against Burnley, 2 against Palace, and 2 against West Ham, and we don't concede any. Then that's a +7 on our goal difference. That leaves Man City a lot to do, by the way.
Yeah. Plus 5, 2, and 2 is not plus 7.
No, we're already 2 ahead of them, aren't we?
Hmm?
We're already 2 ahead of them.
But if we score
No,
5,
sorry.
2, and 2, that's
so
another 9.
No, but no, you're right. Actually, you're absolutely right. So if we score 5, I think when I first did it, I wasn't being. I think 3, 2, and 2. But if we win against Burnley 5-0, or let's say 4-0, and then we put 8 on our goal difference, that takes us to 75. I think it is. Let me have a look. Yeah, so we are plus 6. Yeah, so that takes us to 75. They would need to get 9 goals from the 5 games and concede. They could get 6 games. Yes, we'll just see what happens against Everton tomorrow, shall we? And trying to navigate through all this bread sandwich nonsense as well.
What
Irish
happens
or
if
soda bread, Rosie?
you only had a loaf of white bread, but you only had 1 slice of brown
Zanzi,
bread?
you know what's opposite of it? I said I'm trying to navigate between these silly conversations about bread, and then you jumped straight in with a bread conversation. Wrong show. I take Saka over Yamal. He's our academy boy and carried our team for years. Let me do this. Actually, let me go to you, Zanzi. Would you swap Saka for a player out there? Is there a player out there you would take?
Not really. No.
There you go. What about you, Benny?
No, not at the moment. No.
Say even Lamine Yamal or Havertz or.
Well, Havertz plays on the other side, doesn't he? Normally.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in a quality level. I'm trying to make the point. There isn't a player out there at all of any skill level that you would take.
Not really, no.
Good. I think it is as it ought to be. Right, so I'm just going to... Let's have a go. No toast in the Irish breakfast. Irish breakfast is not a real thing, though. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can say what... Like if the French started having merguez sausages and croissants and started calling that the full French breakfast, it wouldn't mean anything. So there was a Sunday restaurant my parents used to take me to after church. They had a Canadian breakfast, English breakfast, and American breakfast, Irish breakfast, and French breakfast. Yeah, and there's a continental breakfast, and there's a dog's breakfast, and come on, man, like it's an English breakfast. It's a full English. Full Irish breakfast is when some salty man wakes you up at 10:30 in the morning to complain about other. I think that's what it is. Where am I? Want more shots on target? At least get 6 today, please. Overall performance against Scum Liverpool. You must be happy. Lucky Sings here. Glazers out. Glazers out. I was a wee lad, so the Canadian and French breakfasts were my favourite. Canadian one had 2 waffles. French one had a croissant and French toast. All good. Feels like the stream gone 24 hours. You're not wrong, man. I'm trying to navigate through the bread. I mean, this is the most silly thing I've ever seen. We're not really discussing bread sandwiches, are we? Well, the text says, I heard full Irish includes white pudding and soda bread. It does typically, but it depends from region to region. Some regions do have baked beans. English typically features baked beans and hash browns, but hash browns is a new addition. Did not used to be the case. There's too much knowledge around football, so no one wants to be the nerf that says their team's going to win against all available metrics and logic.
I'm waiting for Rosie to put up a comment about using burger buns with bread in between and saying it's not a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a burger. Dan, all Arsenal need to think about is score goals. Yeah, and not concede them. That is pretty typically the football thing, though, isn't it? Villa were awful against Spurs today. Yes, they absolutely were. Shocking. Let's not name call Liverpool supporters lucky. Everyone's welcome here. I like Liverpool supporters. That Sunday restaurant after church sounds like heaven. Very appropriate church. After church. Back in the day, it wasn't possible to get highlights of Yamal across the whole season. So when we saw him against our team, it would be the first time we saw him. I only really know him from the Spanish team, and he is brilliant. And I've seen him obviously play since then. But what's wrong with just having your favourites? Like it's like if you go to sports day to see your kid in the 100 metres, and they all line up, and on the day some other kid batters him. Do you want to take that kid home with you? No, right? You've got to have some loyalty, people. You've got to go, right, that's my boy. Saka is our star boy. He has been at the club since he was 8. He's never let us down. He's given everything to the cause. And the minute someone bright and shiny comes, oh, I want that one, don't be that person. You know, it's like if somebody else opened an Adam's Arms, a slightly upgraded Adam's Arms on the corner, you know, and you were all in there going, oh, I don't know, Dan, they've got an actual jukebox. Cass, you are! Anyway, Elise. I like Elise. I don't know if I think Elise's better than Saka. I'm not swapping anyway, so there's
I
that.
tell you what, if they get a jukebox, we'll get a karaoke machine.
We won't be getting a karaoke machine. Nothing's emptying this quick. Nothing empties this pub quicker than me on a karaoke machine, I can tell you. Wise men say. See what I mean? It's already.
Yeah.
Mortlake, Texas. It was the best lunch. I'm gonna stop reading out the food ones just for a bit, because you'd almost be forgiven for forgetting we were in the semi-finals of the Champions League on Tuesday, top of the Premier League. What? And we're talking about bread sandwiches. Not even merguez are delicious sausages, though. I'll take a little break highlight for that. And congratulations once again. You know, like I said, when Liverpool came to 2-2, I honestly thought, you know what, that's it.
Can I just quickly ask you about those merguez sausages? Are they quite long or are they normal sort of size?
No, they're long, thin. They're usually served in a long roll. They're served at Grand Prix and Formula One places.
That's probably what I had when I was there then. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. They're Moroccan.
Yeah.
They're perfect lamb sausages.
The whole coach had to stop and everyone was piling off the coach to get one after I'd got one.
They're a sensational food. Dan seems to be on one tonight. I'm not mentioning the fact that a burger isn't a sandwich. No, it's all, someone else mentioned it, that's all. Speak for yourself, Dan. I'm taking the sprinter home. He's become an Olympian. Joshard was very good yesterday, though a bit selfish. That is his thing, though. But I was really glad he played. Benny, I haven't really had a chance to talk to you about it, but like you sort of started talking about the game. It brings a smile to all of our faces. Surely Bukayo Saka is man of the match yesterday, or do you think someone else?
He only played 45 minutes, but he was
Yet, what a 45 minutes it was, though.
He was very good. I would say it would either be MLS or Gyökeres for me.
What did Gyökeres do after Saka came off, though?
Well, 2 goals and one assist.
While Saka was on the pitch.
Yeah, but you still have to take that into account.
No, but you said Saka only
He
had
was only
45
on the pitch
minutes.
15 minutes after Saka had gone.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, Saka was only on the pitch for 45 minutes. Well, Gyökeres was only on there for 67 minutes, and he didn't do anything in the extra 12 minutes.
He played some of the. I just give it to Gyökeres because he played some of the second half. Like Saka was very good. He probably, if he had stayed on longer, he probably should be man of the match. He's a man of the half. Can we give him man of the half?
No, we can't give man of the half. That was Saka. Whatever happens, that was Saka. I love this. Jack Swagger goes, I'd nick the jukebox and bring it here. That's my boy. Get in. Let's all start stealing jukeboxes. You can't upgrade any pub to be better than the Adam's Arms. Rosie is right again. After a little break of not being right.
We've got the best bouncers anyway.
We have. We've got the moderatrix, the best in the business.
Yeah.
Seen the 2024 clip of West Ham fans at the Etihad. They stayed to watch City lift the title while singing "Are You Watching Arsenal?" and second again, singing it resurface makes me want them down. No, I did not see that. Ooh. Yeah, send them down. Send them down at once. Lovely win by Man United tonight, was indeed. Okay, so turning our attention, I feel talk more about the Fulham game. I'm here for it. I loved that game. I thought it was great. But if not, then we move to Atletico on Tuesday. And my first question to both of you, whoever wants to answer first, just go for it. Are we through? Are we getting through?
Yes. Over to Billy.
Yeah, I would say
if we play half as good as we played on Saturday, then most definitely we do have a good record at home. It's slightly dented by the last few weeks, but we have a good, especially in the Champions League. So I have um, good confidence that the guys won't let us down. We just need to score, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, we definitely need to score.
April's
Then
over, so we're going to win.
Do you know what? Yeah. Look, I think we're favourites to go through. I'd hate it to be on penalty shootouts because I can't deal with it. This week though has made me feel so much better because it was conceivable to me that we might have gotten a draw against Fulham, in which case you're already going into that game against Atleti thinking this is all we've got this season. And under that kind of pressure, we probably failed. It was great to see an Arsenal team turn up yesterday and play. However bad Fulham were, the slick passing, the quickness of the movement, the line breaking, all of the things that people were trying to do. Yes, Trossard might stay on the ball a bit longer than is ideal, but Saka was back to what we all love him for. Gyökeres stayed high up the pitch as a striker should do. Eze is just... I grow fonder of Eze each passing game. I think he is just... Some of the tricks and moves that he does at high pressure intervals, like when it really matters, I just love him for it. And then you've got players like Miles Lewis-Skelly. At exactly this point in the season, you want to see that. That was a textbook game from him. What didn't he do that you wish he'd done, and what could he have done better? Because he was winning duels, he didn't put a pass wrong, he didn't lose the ball, he was just, and he's had all this time to be fed up and ticked off, and instead he came clutched at the perfect time. So I think Atletico Madrid will be a lot more wary of us than we are of them. And I also want to come back to the first game against them, because something I spent a lot of time analysing was I really did not expect Diego Simeone's side to come out and give us that much respect in the first half of the first leg. I think it was built on the idea they were going to press us and that we weren't going to be as press resistant as we were, and that we were going to give the ball up a little bit more often than we did. And so the game state at second half, obviously Simeone pushed the line up a little bit higher and they came at us. But even for all of that dominance they had for the first half of the second half, they weren't able to make it count in their own stadium in front of their own fans. And then when we weathered that first half of the second half and we took control of the game, you think we probably should have come away, albeit with 2 penalties, we should have won that game. And so I think that I'm hugely confident. But it does, the reason I'm harping back to that is because you look at how they're going to come out. Are either of you worried that they're just going to have to come at us straight away and it's going to make it a chaotic game which plays into their hands?
I don't think
no.
Yeah. I don't think they will come at us. I think they will stay in their shell till. I think you even try and go for the nil and just find a way to nick it. I don't think they will come at us. We will need to take our when we are dominant. We will need to take our chances. That's what I think will happen. They will probably.
Do you think it could be like the Sporting game then? The second leg of the Sporting
probably,
game?
Yeah, a little bit like that. Actually, I think it will be like a bit like the first game we played against them, which was
first half very cagey.
Yeah. First half was really, really cagey, and we scored, and then they were like, "Shit, we have to score."
Because Alvarez hit the crossbar, and if that goes in,
it would have been 2-1, and then we just like countered them to death. So, I think they will probably keep their shape for long periods of the match.
I'm wondering whether it's going to be like the second leg in the League Cup against Chelsea. where they're
That's
going
what
to
I'm worried
think,
about.
well, we just need to wait and score a goal.
I don't
against
think Diego
Arsenal.
Simeone is as stupid as LinkedIn Liam, though. I mean, that was just stupid. It was like, well, we don't have to score. No, you do. You do have to score. Oh, do we? Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, shit. Well, let's do that from the 80th minute onwards and see if we can win from there. Where is he now anyway? Is he working? No.
No.
I don't know. My concern would be that they really get at us in the first half. And if they score, that's a nightmare. It's all about whether what we did really well in the first leg was we stayed calm and we didn't wobble and we kept hold of the ball much better than they were expecting us to. We didn't make the mistakes that I think they were expecting us to. And is it an advantage to them, Benny, that they've rested their entire first 11 and still managed a decent win?
I mean, what I did like about Arteta on Saturday was that everybody that was supposed to have a run out, he gave them a run out. Everyone that was, he took the players that he knew needed to be rested. He gave Saka 45 minutes, and he took him off after because he was like, I probably need him more for Atletico. So, like, we're not going to be as rested as them, but we are going to be rested enough. I think our players are fitter. I think we are better if we compare both teams. I think they will probably attack Ben White a lot, so he needs to have.
Do you think he'll play Ben White?
He will have to play. There's that Timber is not ready, so he will have to play him unless they want to play.
No, but Mosquera. I would guess it might be Mosquera.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think you risk Mosquera in such a high profile game unless Ben White is really struggling. Like I don't think Miles
does seem to be.
Yeah, same thing with Miles. I don't think Miles will start because it's just such a high profile game that you go with your safest thing squad, and if that is messing up, then you start to change it around. Like Ben White just needs to get his head in the game, and yeah, well, he didn't. He probably was our worst player against Fulham, but yeah, it is what it is.
I thought Gabby was pretty poor against Fulham.
Oh no!
Well, not terrible.
Of the players that started, Gabby is just in a league of his own for terrible.
What about we'll go through. I'm sure we'll go over the lineups, right? But we'll maybe do it now. What do you think? Is this a good time for us to go pick our?
Do we want to go on for 3:00? Remember last time?
Yeah, no, I do. I do want to go. I want to go on till the match. Actually, I don't want to do anything else till this match. I am a little bit jumpy about it, but this isn't going to take that long. David Ray is in goal, and we've. I heard he's promised Kepa.
Yeah.
I've heard he's promised Stepford.
Oh, he dropped the ball again.
Oh God. I don't think I can remember a player at Arsenal less popular than Kepa Arrizabalaga right now. He's got no love.
Gallas.
No love. Huh?
Gallas.
Oh, you're going... Well, if you go that far back, yeah. Yeah. Adebayo, yeah. Okay, so Ben White. All three of us playing Ben White on Tuesday then?
I mean, Boy Tendias made a good point that he maybe Arteta wants Mosquera in. That's why he played Ben White for the whole thing. But he took him off after minutes. So
he took him off in 80-something minute. I don't buy that because if he wanted that, why did he play him in the first game? Yeah. Let me go, because you've made a good point, and Boytendia's comment is further down. I haven't read a lot of these out. Misunderstood Ninja says we're better than Atleti. Use MLS in the way you played against. I'd love that. We will get to that. That's a great point. No, Arsenal 2, cool customer. Arsenal 2, Atletico 0. I think I think I like that. Bournemouth have 9 days of rest. Man City at home. Well, we have 8 days of rest for Burnley in the same week. Okay, that sounds good. Welcome, cool customer. I said, Dan, fear no, go play open mind. West Ham, more you hope doing Arsenal get goals? Fulham good. Atleti rotated against their Valencia game the other day. Yes, yesterday, and they still won. But I don't think Valencia where they are in the league. Eze is a baller. He's someone a normal team would build the entire squad around to platform higher. Yep. Gyökeres with a great assist and header. 2 attributes he's not known for. Yes, very true. Very true. I think he scored like 3 headers in 100 and something goals now. Saka and Gyökeres played like besties. It was fun to see. Where are we? Atletico struggled away. It's their Achilles heel. They lost at Spurs and only beat Barca away due to a red card. If we stay disciplined out, that's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. As is this, by the way. Please make sure you're subbed to the channel and you've pressed the hit like button as well as hyping any videos you see. Something for Arteta to look back is Kyle back if during Timber something to play with.
Timber's going to be out.
Yeah, he's well out. Hello, 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 hello.
Goodbye.
DWT evening, Gary. I can't click anything. Everything's gone wrong. Mascara is ahead of Ben White. That was the comment I think that you were talking about. I don't think so. I don't know. I can't. We are going to get to it in a moment. Was Mascara not being kept back for fresh? I don't know. I don't think he was actually. No. Atleti stars have fitness issues. Yes, Lookman did not look himself. Soloth never starts in European games. And, who's the other one? Alvarez. Yeah, he took a knock, didn't he? So, Wesley Mank, Arsenal, don't slip. We're hoping we don't. We'll do this, don't worry. City are falling. Mustafi was terrible. That's true. But I don't remember him getting as much hate as Kepa Arrizabalaga. I think we just got a lot of pity for him. Ben White is like a red rag for Atletico. He wasn't great against Fulham. I'd play Mascara. I think we are just talking about it. But I also want to say, Aina Yandrop. Villa laying down today is a disgrace. Up the Arsenal. I agree. Something should be done about it. Unai Emery should be charged. There must be a criminal offence he's guilty of. It is literally disgusting that you can put a team of professional sportsmen out there that play like that against a team of the quality of Spurs. You know? Exeter would have given them a game. If Mascara is not ahead of Ben White, then I don't think we're winning. I think there's a lot about... I think Ben White's... I think you're being unkind to Ben White. I think he's got temperament. Yeah. He's got great temperament.
The reason why you have Mascara in there is not just because you're also saving him, because if one of Gabriel or Timber, Gabriel or Saliba goes down, Mascara has to slot in immediately in there. So it's not just right back. You need cover for centre back, especially if one of the Gabi or Saliba goes down. So,
am I reading too much into the fact that he has been playing Ben White? I mean, he played against Newcastle, he played against Atleti, and he played against Fulham. So that doesn't sound like he's going to play. So I would say he's going to play White, even whether or not I think he should or whether it's the right thing to do. If I'm going with who I think is playing, it's Ben White.
And Saka plays a lot better when White is there.
They've had longer to build a relationship, definitely. Arnie Endrop says Mascara is looking better than White, but White has chemistry with Saka. So it's exactly what you're just saying. So I agree with that. And also, I think it's a big game. And Mascara, I've always been really impressed with how he's handled big occasions, but I'd still go with Ben White. Ben White's a warrior. I think what I'd say about Ben White is for a lot of players giving away a penalty like that, he looks like he shrugs stuff like that off. And he might need to.
I think if Saka starts, Ben White starts. If Mascara starts, and Madueke starts.
Oh, I don't want Madueke starting. I know we talked about this.
In the half, then you're going to get Saka and White come on to replace them.
Okay, so I think
possibly,
before we get, it's a really good point, Zanzi. So before we get to whether, let's talk about that, because it's a potential 120 minutes of football. If you know that Saka can't do 90 minutes, he's definitely not going to do 120 minutes. So do you roll the dice and start with Noni knowing that you've got Saka to bring on? and possibly bring on Saka when the defenders are tired? Or do you start and try and get out ahead of it early? Because whatever else is true, I don't think Atletico Madrid are putting 3 past us. So we're always in this game if we can get a goal, right? So if you start with Noni Madueke and it's a bit of a shit show, then you've got Saka to bring on and he just needs to get a goal, right? Or do you start Saka and just... Or do you... Which way round do you do it, Zanzi?
I would start Saka and Benny. Go guns blazing. Go 2-3 up by half time. Then bring on Madueke.
Benny?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing you did against Fulham. There's just start with your strongest team, see how it goes, and then make changes from there.
I think that's logical. The only thing that is worth repeating is that unlike the game against Fulham, which could only go 90 minutes, this game could go 120 minutes. And you could then be looking at having Noni Madueke on the pitch for 60 minutes or 55 minutes when it matters most versus you had Saka on for 65 minutes. He's tired. He has to come off. The game is poised. Now you've got Noni Madueke. And Noni Madueke... you know, what are you hoping for? Although I still think let's not sleep on Martinelli because he could come and do a job. So maybe you do. So where are we at? So you both start Saka.
Yeah, but then Noni could both come on and score 2 blinding goals as he did against Braga.
Yeah, I think it was Braga. Yeah,
Braga. Yeah,
but only Braga. No one else. It's like, you know.
So it's time for him to score against someone else.
Yeah, and that's how it works, you know. By that token, play me, because I've never scored a big game either. No, I haven't. No, never. Well, in the cup final of my school when I was 10, but I don't know how seriously everyone else was taking it. I think it was just me that took it seriously that day. I consider Ashley Cole the best ever left back. He is an Arsenal legend. I consider Nigel Winterburn the best ever left back, and he is an Arsenal legend that didn't go to Chelsea. Just saying.
Precisely.
You know what I mean? Like, it hurts. It still hurts. Sorry, Ashley Cole. When White links up,
but
mate, he was. Do you know what I was watching today before the Man United game? On the 2002, the game I was at, I found my program for the Juventus game. For this, I went to this game. It was Juventus in 2002. And how cool is that? My do you know I was showing you this yesterday? The light, I just knocked it and the lights have come back on. So there you go. So thank you.
It's midnight.
Anyway,
why?
No, it's just the battery was dislodged. Oh. There's always a rational explanation for everything, except Tottenham. So I think I was watching that and I've totally forgotten why that was relevant. Something you just said prompted me to talk about that. No, completely gone. Left backs. Ashley Cole was in that, and he was so good. Ashley Cole was. He was. I remember the game. I think he'd played 2 or 3 times, and he came to take a free kick, and he scored from it. We were like, this kid is good.
I can remember that.
An academy kid comes in and scores a direct free kick.
Yeah.
White
way
links
out
up
as well, wasn't it?
Say again.
There's some way out as well.
Yeah, it was a distance, yeah. Well, I was watching it from the North Bank and he scored it into the clock end, so I can't tell you the exact distance, but I can tell you the exact distance I jumped up and down. So White links up better with Saka. Yeah, I think I'm going for White. I think we're all on, at the moment, David Raya and Benny Blanco, right?
Yep.
And I don't think it's going to be easy to get. If Calafiori's fully fit, do you do it? Would you play Calafiori knowing that he's not 100%?
But is he not 100%?
Well, his first game was against Newcastle and he got hooked, so I'm guessing he's not. I don't know.
Well, he's building it back up. I think he played like he was 100%. Well, almost 100% anyway.
Oh, he didn't get subbed. I'm talking out my arse. I thought he got subbed. No, he didn't. So, okay. So if he played a full 90 minutes on Saturday, yeah.
No,
Is
I think he Nkapia is playing. I can bet my bottom dollar on that. The reason why
talk to me. Why'd you say that?
I mean, Nkapia started against in the away leg, and then he's
Different game though.
It was a really hard game. He was our best player, so he's definitely going to use him in the Emirates again. He's just giving him rest.
Benny, I don't know, man. You seem really sure.
Like,
let me hear from you. Is Benny right? I'm not sure he is. Zanzi?
I think we're gonna do the same starting back four as we did against Fulham.
So he is playing. So you both got different players. All right. So give you time to think about that. What?
Calafiore.
Calafiore knows how to play. So okay, well, I'll give you both time to consider that, and then we'll have a heated debate. I'm on the fence. I also dislike RVP and Nasri. I cannot stand Sami Nasri. He broke my heart a little bit because he was so good, and then he just wasn't. And then no one will ever make me dislike Yokkers. So happy he shut up some of the slander. I love his attitude, and he's clearly a team. I'm with you on that one. I think I just love the fact his attitude is so great. Sometimes attitude gets you a lot further than skill.
I loved it when he scored his first goal, I think, for us, and he went to the camera and he's doing his hair.
That was, I think, might have been the second goal.
Yeah, because the media were moaning about the fact that he always touches his hair and stuff like that. So he just
was it one of the? It might have been Gary Neville that said he touches his hair more than he touches the ball. Hair flick. But there's a few of the Gluminati that always refer to him that way as well. Ben White's form has dropped significantly. Very strange, unless he's still carrying an injury. He's not the same, but he's coming back for a long injury. So is Ben White's chemistry with Saka worth a defensive risk? We know Lookman will likely get a few chances because of him, but the right side creativity worth more than the mistakes he'll make. I don't think Lookman's quite his best at the moment, and I'm not sure Mosquera is better set up against Lookman than Ben White. I think you need a bit of a shit house up against a quality winger, somebody who's going to just keep his eyes on him. I don't know, but we are coming to it, don't worry. Ben White's form has dropped. Unfair criticism of Odegaard. He was very good against Madrid to the football-educated Des Moran. And will be very important for the run-in. Definitely start in the Champions League final. Okay.
If he's fit.
I feel chastened a little bit. I feel like you've put me in my place. Personally, I feel like at the moment he's playing too nervously. I wouldn't mind him starting against West Ham. I don't have a problem with them against Palace, but if it's a Champions League final, I want Eze there. That's just me. And I certainly, I don't have a football-educated eye. Makuzi, Cunha, Kobe May. Oh, you're just doing listed names again. Iona Yandrup, start Saka. Cool. Saka is not match winner, huge important game, get goals, West Ham. We still have Dowman. I don't think, not for the Atletico kid, surely. For Arsenal, well, definitely at some point, maybe, but nah. Let's consider that players aren't good in the Prem, might be good in UCL. Martinelli, Odegaard and Havertz are the ones. Listen, it's not as simple as saying, I don't think it's as simple as me saying I don't think Odegaard's good. I just think he's too cautious and slightly too defensive-minded, and I would quite like us to get at this Atleti team, because I think if we don't, they could punish us. So I'd be playing Eze. Club Brugge, not Braga, I think. I don't know, it's Brugge. Who said Braga? It's Club Brugge. I've been there.
I don't know who it was, but I knew it began with a B and ending in an A.
Oh, right. Proud Strong cover on Liverpool players. Maguire, not doing that. Not doing that either. So mad with Villa now. Me too. Buona Sasa, good to see you, man. I am as well, you know. Kala has to start in the UCL. If Kala is fit, he's playing. I'm disappointed with Aston Villa performance. Yeah, me too. I'm not keen on Hincapié against Atletico at all. Not at all. Emphatic. I love Hincapié, but you give me Kala. And then Rosie, 31 watching. Please press that like button and make sure you're subbed to the channel. Thank you, Rosie. Hincapié kept Simone Jr. quiet first leg. Victor Gyökeres, keep well like Saka Kala. I love players like Victor Gyökeres. He even sacrificed 1.7 million of his own money to join us. That's true commitment to the badge. I'll never give up on him. He deserves our full support. I am in entire agreement with you. Which takes us to, we have locked in Raya and Ben White, and I think we're all saying you're. So Benny, let me just clarify. Are you saying you would start Hincapié or you think he will start?
I think he will start. I actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. I prefer Calafiori, but I probably would start. I know Mikel will go for defensive solidity first, so he will probably start Hincapié.
Okay, so Zanzi, you're on the Calafiori, and Benny, you're now saying that you would start Calafiori, but you think that Arteta would start Hincapié.
Yeah.
So I think we all want Calafiori to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just put Calafiori in. I haven't spoken to Arteta yet, so I can talk him around. Don't worry. Saliba and Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Anyone bringing Zubi back?
I think Zubi will start.
Yeah, I think Zubi will start.
Yeah, so I get what you're both. I think you're both right. That's why he's rested him. I'm convinced he'll start him. I mean, Zubi is the guy for this game, and it'd be nice to see that he's had a bit of time off. It's the first time he's had a bit of time off. But let's approach this the more sensible way, which is who you would play. Because us trying to second guess Mikel Arteta isn't. No one predicted he was going to play Miles Lewis-Skelly on Saturday, did they?
No.
So,
but I think he'll start Zubi anyway.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I'm not here to. I'm not asking you who you think Arteta will pick. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying who would you pick?
I'd still pick Zubi.
Okay, Benny, would you pick Zubi? And would you pick him at 6?
I would pick Rice at 6 because Zubi actually played better going forward. So I would have Rice at 6.
It makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, like, it just, to the eye test, it makes sense. Zubi is not as good a 6 as it doesn't look like. Okay, so Zanzi, are you on the same page? Can we put Rice in at 6 and have Zubi as that's Zubi as the 8? Okay. Zubi dooby doo. Okay. Now, Eze or Odegaard?
Eze. I think the Odegaard's only 25% available.
No, I would go with Eze.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, I forgot. They said I never trust that, but yeah, okay. So Eze is in the 10, right?
Yeah, Odegaard is 25% available. Havertz is 50-50.
Yeah, they're not playing then. And Saka, we said we'd start.
Yeah.
Now, what we need to decide is if you're going Trossard or Martinelli.
I think I'll go Gabby.
No, I'd go Trossard. I think nothing is going to kill Atleti more than not getting a ball.
Yeah, I would also Trossard as well.
I really liked him.
He had a good game against Fulham. Like, I would just keep playing. Let's hopefully this is the time his form is going up there. Let's keep playing. Like, Martinelli is, I guess he's fine in the Champions League, but in the last few Champions League games, he hasn't done it like this.
I would love to bring Martinelli on when the game is stretched.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And if it goes to injury time, I want Martinelli to come on and be fresh, and like no one needs that in their life. Because unless you are the bravest defender ever and you just go, I'll let him run to the byline, you have to follow him. And a constant sprint race against Martinelli is going to knacker you out quicker if you've already played 70 minutes of football. So for me, it's Trossard on the left and Victor. I mean, it can only be one man up front at this point, can't it?
It's going to be Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. For what he brings you.
Yeah. What's your full name?
Victor Einar Jokers.
But you can call me Gakis. So it's... And How much do you want to see Victor Gyökeres get a winner in the Champions League final? How brilliant would that be?
No, I'd rather him get a hat trick actually, and live up to what he said at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, a hat trick and lose.
Well, no. What was it? Would you do? Would you prefer?
I know. I remember. I
score
was
a
just
last
joking.
minute winner or hat trick?
Yeah, he said it when he started. I know. But I'm saying is that, well, interestingly enough, as I've mentioned a couple of times now, Sadio Mane is the last man to score on a losing side in the Champions League final. Since 2018, every Champions League final has been
Big deal.
Yeah. So if we score, hat trick or otherwise, we've won the Champions League. It's as simple as that. That's how it works. Don't judge it. Don't question it. Don't scratch at it. That's how it is. DWTT, Gary's giving it Jesus. Trossard only plays well with Calafiori. Okay. But we're playing him. Jose. I want to see Dalman against Atletico. I don't. Do we start bending? Who's that? Bending. Who do you mean?
Is it a new Chinese player we've got that we don't know about? What's your name? Oh, my name is Bending.
That's a yellow card on that one. Let's not do that again. That's the dad joke from the 70s. That's not us. Havertz could be back, but no, fuck that. Is anyone going to make a case for Kai Havertz to start on? Nah, man.
He's 50-50 Havertz.
I think that game had made such an impression on me yesterday. Because first of all, you saw Declan Rice looking in very comfortably in his best position. Miles Lewis-Skelly. His pass accuracy. People are all talking about his pass accuracy with good reason. 64 of 66 passes. 27 of 29 in the opposition half. But his forward passes were just brilliant. But it's also the way he moves with the ball. I know he didn't really dribble, but we're not starting him, but it's great he's on the bench. Bentner. Okay. So Hincapié starts left back because White is starting right back for that Saka link-up. Calafiori is too similar to White. Is he? Both push up so high they end up as strikers. Hincapié provides the safety to sit back and cover. I think that Ben White doesn't go forward as much as Timber used to. Does anyone know if Timber's going to make it a game this season? Is he out? 8 weeks he's been out now.
The last I heard, he was predicted possibly back for the 18th
of May.
Yeah, which is a Monday. So
poor sod.
When does the season finish?
23rd.
23rd.
Well, depending if we make the Champions League final, just to be clear. It could be the 30th, couldn't it? Let's pray it's the 30th. So whatever happens, we're done in June.
Yeah, so we're not even going to see Marino, are we?
It doesn't look like it. I know last time I saw Arteta talk about it in a press conference, he was like, you never know. We said, you kind of do, because there's 2 weeks left, mate. Do you want to just sort of start talking sense? Guys, little bit freedom for Arsenal players. Some don't or will make team better. I'll play Zubimendi over MLS. Yeah, of course. Because Zubimendi's Zubimendi's an international understudy to Ballon d'Or winning Rodri. Miles Lewis-Skelly's played his first full game in midfield for Arsenal. There is a difference. Timber News is sketchy at best. Arteta is not giving us any news. I know I've said my piece on Mikel Arteta basically not saying anything, but it is annoying. But it's not going to change either, is it?
I can see MLS playing against Burnley at home in Premier League.
Into Premier League.
On the Premier League, I can see him playing.
I can see him playing against West Ham. We've got 3 on paper. Could you ask for easier games? Because I think Wolves is a tougher game than Burnley at the moment.
Yeah. Oh,
I think Burnley's the easiest game. No manager. No hope. Up and down like a fiddler's elbow. Odario6 correcting Senlak saying it's Lord Bentner, sir. Jose, thou doth speakest of mine language, and my thoughts are expressed in your comment. Right, I don't know. I have heard that it was Ethan Wanyeri that asked to go, and that we didn't stand in his way, which was a terrible mistake. But if it was the other way round, that really grinds my gears, because you should not be sending out your young players in this kind of state of a season. I said it back then, I will say it again, it was a mistake, and nothing will convince me otherwise. And I think that had he gone to Marseille and set the world on fire, maybe I would have been sitting here saying, I was wrong. But he can't even get on the pitch. When he could be if you're going to be on the bench for Marseille, who aren't going to win anything, or on the bench for Arsenal while we win our first league title in 22 years and possibly even get to a Champions League final, come on. Are you telling me like Ethan Wanyeri is going to be sitting there watching us in a Champions League final, whether we win or lose, and thinking I could at least have been on that bench?
Apparently, we get more money if he doesn't play.
No, that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. That there is a clause, every time he doesn't play, we get money. But how hard up are we, by the way? Like, how much money is it? It's like £1 million a game, is it? It's going to be. It's going to be a kind.
It's still money that they don't want to They don't want to pay, right?
Who? Marseille.
Marseille, yeah. They probably
the coach has been very vocal about it. He said that he's not playing Wanyeri till he shows him something in training. I would move heaven and earth to recall him right now, but apparently that's not possible.
Well, I mean, if he's not showing something in training to the Marseille coach, then how are you sure he'll show something in training to Mikel?
I'm not sure. I'm saying that it's an experience that shapes a young player. Being, Pele going to the World Cup as a 16-year-old shaped him and his future. I think he's
not going. He's winning the World Cup as well.
No, that wasn't until he went to 50. He was at 56. Sorry, he was at 58. What am I talking about? He went to Sweden, but they didn't win in Sweden, did they?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. So he won it as a 16-year-old. How many times did he win it then? 3 times.
3 times,
twice?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'll take it back. It's before my time. But yeah, so it had an effect on him, winning. And look, I mean, winning the Premier League, I would say, would have a similar effect on Ethan Wanyeri. And
but
what's
just
worse,
being in the squad when we win it.
What makes it worse for me is that celebration in the dressing room, when Ethan comes back next season, he won't have been part of it.
Yeah.
He'll always be the guy, everyone will be always like, like when you're in a group of people who all went to a party you didn't go to.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? And you just, so I think it spells the end of his time at Arsenal. Long term, I don't think he's.
You did just say he wanted to go himself because none of those what's the right back's name that we just promoted from the academy?
Marley Salmon.
Salmon is not crying to go out on loan. Even Miles could have probably gone out on loan this season with the amount of. If he really wanted to, he could have been like Arteta, coach, I need to get into this England World Cup team. Can I go play? And he hasn't. So I'm more.
Yeah, but it was something that came up. But this is why I'm asking you both, because I heard somebody say, and I think it might have been somebody respected, like Tom Canton or somebody, who said Ethan wanted to go, and at that point, that's just really bad judgment. You go like, you know what? This is not the Ethan isn't in the position that Miles Lewis-Skelly was in. He's not gunning for a league, so he could have just sat on the bench and They clocked up some time. I mean, look at Foden. And that's what they did with him at City.
I mean, like, did MLS? He's not like kicking. He's not wasting away on the bench because Arteta is sure seeing his progress, and that's why he started him. So Ethan probably could do the same thing because in my heart of hearts, in as much as I keep when I see Ethan, I think he still needs to step up his quality to be an Arsenal player. I think he's a lot better. He makes a lot better decisions than Noni,
Yeah.
and he could have helped us. But then this maybe insistence that maybe he wants to be a centre mid and not right winger, and okay, he wants to go out on loan by himself. These are kind of like starting to be red flags for me, and I'm like, okay,
I agree, and which is why it'd be really interesting to know, because we can only speculate, and your speculation, I think, is right on the money. If we speculate, first of all, that Ethan Nwaneri wasn't happy on the bench and wanted to go and play football somewhere, then I think that was a bad decision on his part, and I think he'll come to regret it for all the reasons I've already outlined. But I, at the time, didn't think that was the case. I don't know if he had kept his powder dry. It's fascinating to me because of what Arteta said about Miles Lewis-Skelly, where he was quite candid and he said, "I've been too tough on him." And there are times where, from the sidelines, we all kind of think, Arteta, it's good to be a leader who is clear, has a clear vision of what you want, and red lines and focused. And the problem is, we've all seen Arteta play Willian when no one thought he should play Willian anymore, play Partey at right back when no one thought he should play Partey at right back. He does these things, not play Martinelli, and he does these things when we can all see he shouldn't be doing it. But it seems to need him to come to the realisation. And with Miles Lewis-Skelly, it seems like he's now admitting that he should have come to that realisation sooner. So I sometimes find myself hoping that this is a part of Arteta's growth cycle, that he's saying, maybe I should just trust my instinct, or not trust my instincts, but just give a guy a chance. Because I don't think he's given guys a chance as much as I'd like. But to come back to Nwaneri, if Nwaneri agitated for a move, it's the stupidest thing he could have done. Because even if he'd set the world on fire at Marseille, he was already a sellable asset. He could have already said, look, at the end of the season, I want to go, and there would be teams that buy him. He signed a new contract. I think whoever's given, if it's that way, it's either he's said, or what I thought happened at the time, a coach that was De Zerbi, who was very highly respected, said, look, I'll give this guy a game. Can I have him? And here's some lucrative contract. And Arsenal went.
I think somebody's in his ear. For me, I think somebody's in his ear. I think he's being told that, he's good. He's a good player. Like, I get it. We've seen him, but like, he's not there yet. He's not where we want him to be. And whether it's going on loan or whether it's like staying in the squad, and I just compare the situations. I know like Miles is a better player. For me, Miles is a better player. But Miles, if anybody should be agitating for a loan, it should be Miles, because he was in the England team, and he's held bench for such a long time that he's not he couldn't get back into the English team, and that was the perfect kind of scenario that said, coach, take me out on loan so that I can get into this World Cup team. So if Miles is not agitating for this and is staying in the team and still playing in the bench and trying to improve, then for me, why not Ethan? Because I don't believe Ethan is as good as Miles, for me, from what I have seen.
Yeah. Yes. I think I completely agree with you. I think everything you've just said is exactly how I feel about it. I think if one of those two players has lost his World Cup place because he's held bench, Nwaneri wasn't going to the World Cup, even if he set the world on fire in Marseille, he's not going to Mason Greenwood's not going to the World Cup either. I know there are different reasons, but like, being great at Marseille does not get you into the English World Cup squad. Thomas Tuchel's not even going to Marseille to watch games, so let's rule that out. So I think you're absolutely right. He's had bad advice, and I do agree with you that although Ethan Nwaneri got all the earlier fanfare because he's a much easier player on the eye, For me, Miles Lewis-Skelly is something we've been wanting for a very long time. He is a homegrown defensive midfielder who's great with ball carrying and has a character of a captain. And what that hug between Arteta and Miles Lewis-Skelly was a beautiful moment, because if it was in part Arteta saying, "You're ready, my son," and it was Miles Lewis-Skelly showing character and having held bench, lost his World Cup place, and still, when he comes out, just playing, taking the opportunity, just like the great players do. When you say to Bukayo Saka as a young man, "Look, you can't play unless you play on the left wing back," and he goes, "Yeah, I don't care, I'll play there." He's a right winger and he knows he's a right winger, but he's happy to play left wing back, left almost full back, and that's what it takes. Our team's littered with players who didn't. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, "I'm not playing right back." Well, where are you playing now? And I think Ethan Nwaneri, if he agitated for that move, I completely agree with you. He's got some bad advice. Arsenal will win the league in 2026. Massive elevations to you. What a name. How long have you had that name? Please tell me you've had that name for 10 years. That would be brilliant. It's like... Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Rice, Zubimendi, Eze, Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Rice, and 6 Zubi in the front gives us perfect engine room to dominate. We disagreed with you, so you must be wrong. Your opinion must be wrong. I think we're very similar. We kind of Odario, yeah. I agree. Leave Max alone. Who's been saying touch Max? What's going on? What's this? No, leave Max alone. Teacher, leave the. He's got his GCSEs to do. Did Ethan make enough appearances for a winners' medal if we do it?
I say the boy has said exactly what we've been saying though.
He said, no, Hincapié, we're playing Calafiori.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
And he started Martinelli.
Totally wrong.
And he started Martinelli and we started Trossard.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly the same.
Totally wrong, mate. Totally wrong you are. Yeah. That's it. To the oubliette with you.
No, that's full enough. I don't know if they do it on appearances. My understanding is they give you 50 medals and you distribute them. But I think if he asked to move to Marseille, I don't think he's getting a medal. But no, I don't think he played enough minutes anyway. So Saka has to start. I'm truly at a loss for words on Madueke. I think... No, I think I start Madueke. Oh God, did I just say that? Actually, God, Jesus, wept. What did we say?
No, because you're saying you have Saka on until about 60th minute, and put Noni on.
Yeah, that's shameful. Well, no, I think I was more inclined to start with Noni and play Saka, but I was talked into it by you two, which is fair. I can change my opinion. Yeah, Ethan could have helped in the cups too. Absolutely. There's been more than a few games he would have been on. Nwaneri's loan is vital for character building. Facing these current issues matures him as a player and a person. He will return. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. I just don't believe that. Sorry. I think he comes back next season, doesn't fit into the system the same way. Doesn't. I think it could be the beginning of the end.
What is surprising is what Benny said about the fact that the coach isn't playing him because he's not saying anything in training.
No, I said that.
You did? Oh.
Yes. Sorry. But it's what the coach was saying. He came out and did a press conference and said, "I'll play when he shows me." He's not. He doesn't like him. He doesn't. He went there under De Zerbi. De Zerbi went to Tottenham, and now Nwaneri's sitting on bench, and that despite the fact they have to pay us every time. And it's not like they're playing for anything. He could easily just go, "Oh, fuck it, play," but he doesn't like him. It's been a failed move. Whether it was a good idea or not, it's not worth. I don't want to be one of those people who's right just because it went my way. I was vocal about it at the time he shouldn't be going, and this was one of the reasons I didn't think he should be going. But the main reason I didn't think he should be going was because when you win something together, you're bonded by that experience. Look at the 1989 lads. They still stay in touch. They still phone each other. They all talk about Rocky Rocastle. They're a family. They're brotherhood. Yeah.
No, I think we were both saying that. I said a move would be good, not now. wait until possibly next season
Yeah.
if he wants to
Yeah,
do it. But in the fact that we are that close to winning something, why go? It may
I
not
think
happen for another 20 years.
yeah, it may not,
And that's the more reason to feel, even though we are just assuming that it was him that tried to get this loan deal. Because
it's
even
still
the way you guys line it out, it makes sense. If you know the team is going to win something, why not stay?
yeah.
Unless you're like you want to leave now.
Here's
me,
the
that-
thing, like what Zanti said as well just then. Like, think about this. Oh, shit. Was that quite a good sound? Because that
It
sounded
was,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. I might save that up for the last orders bell. No, okay. One thing about the Premier League, we might retain it. We've never retained it in my lifetime. We may win it in a couple of years' time. He may win a Premier League if he stays at Arsenal but a Champions League. If we win the Champions League while he's at Marseille, that's just mental. That's mental on a level I can't get my head around. But Jose says here, and I did want to read this out because he says, I agree, Dan, and that's a brilliant comment. Always going to read that out. But this is, Arteta is a slow-ass learner. I do think there's truth in this. I thought he'd learned his lessons about squad rotation at the start of the season, and he hasn't. Not all of them, anyway. And I think that he does a lot of this on when he's sure, and I think he's a little bit more reluctant to risk things than I really want him to be. I think you have to roll the dice. We have to go for it now.
Everything is risk, but like I was listening to Turkish today, and he was like, only this end of the season will tell whether it was the right time, or he could have done it earlier. Only we can't tell. I think it's too early to tell unless we win. So if we win something, then it's like the best time. He did it the best time. But if we don't
What's
win,
he
then
talking about, though?
I mean bringing Miles Lewis Kelly into midfield.
Oh, yeah,
because he did try and bring it. He did. It
was a cup game with Wigan, wasn't it?
He wanted to try it before, and he did try. I think he brought him on against Newcastle, so he has been kind of looking at it.
I don't remember. This is not me saying he hasn't played him in midfield. It's just me saying I couldn't remember him doing it. Certainly hasn't started in midfield. He may well have dropped into midfield. So
he wanted to do it against Wigan, but then
but then there was an injury. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
He brought him on in the Newcastle game at the end of the game. Blah blah blah.
The only issue I take with Turkish's point, because it's a good point, but the whole reason that Zubimendi looks knackered and Declan Rice has looked knackered is because we didn't try Norgard or Miles Lewis Kelly. And for all the people saying, well, Norgard doesn't look good, he shouldn't be in a conversation. Miles Lewis Kelly does, and he's a young player, and he's a player that has always played in that position, and we need to develop him in that position. He's a midfielder. I don't see his long-term future was ever as left-back. And when we went and signed Hincapié and Calafiori, that was obvious.
I mean, it's a good point. The only thing is that it's like the manager lives by the sword and dies by the sword. So if, like Miles, when Miles started at the earlier part of the season, he wasn't playing well. So now if Arteta moves in and puts him in midfield and he messes up there, then Arteta is going to have to eat that like criticism because he will be the one that put him there. Like, I'm not, in hindsight, we can say he should have been there earlier. And I know Arteta has been trying, but like, for me, it's a very, I can see why it's difficult, but your point is right. He's overplayed both Rice and Zubimendi compared to other midfielders in the final four teams of the Champions League. They are the top of the
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, we look at the Paris Saint-Germain players. No one's played the minutes they have. Most of their players have played half the minutes. So here, I want to just build on what you said because I think that's a really sensible interpretation. Like, on the one hand, hindsight is 2020, and you can't know that Miles Lewis Kelly is going to play as well as he did against Fulham. And surely he's been watching him in training and not seen anything that's given him the impression that he was going to play as well as he did against Fulham. But this comes back to when he comes back at the end of it and says, "Yeah, I made a mistake." What he's saying is he made a mistake earlier in the season. So which implies that he has kind of seen it, but he didn't know if it would translate onto the pitch. And that's where I would like him to take more risks. I think maybe this changes naturally over the course of a manager's life, but every game that Arteta's coming into is a must-win, and he doesn't want to risk anything ever.
Exactly.
And then you end up needing to risk things at the very end. So you have to appreciate that life is risk, and you're going to have to take a risk, and you want to take it when you've got Zubi and Rice fit, and you drop Zubi for one game, and you play and Miles Lewis-Skelly, and if it doesn't work out, you chuck Zubi on. But he didn't do anything like that. He didn't do it with Norgard, and he didn't do it with Miles Lewis-Skelly, and he hasn't done it in key places across the pitch. He didn't do it with Timber when he really needed to rest Timber. I was doing the statistical analysis of Timber's performances, and just on his performances, he was getting worse and worse week by week until he finally just conked out with injury. And you go, that may not be a purely medical thing. It could be mental fatigue. But you have to be able to go, okay, look, Jurian, you're brilliant, and I love you, and I think you're the best right back we've got. But I'm going to drop you for the next game, give you a bit of rest, and just see how Mosquera does or how Ben White does. Ben White, let's not forget how much time he sat on the bench this season. And now we've only really got him as a right back or Mosquera. So I think risk is inevitable. We should embrace it earlier. But Jose's written, look at the Odegaard situation. He'll never admit Tony Adams was right, but started making the adjustments. I think that's fair. I think we all thought that Declan Rice would be a better captain than Martin Odegaard. Even Arteta didn't come out and deny it. He said, well, it wasn't me that chose Odegaard as captain. And then a few months later said, that's why I chose him as captain. So I think he's doing some creative talking.
I mean, like, Odegaard is still captain, isn't he? It's just that he's not on the pitch, so he can't really be captain.
He's captain off the pitch.
Yeah.
Captain Norway. Wanyeri's more talented than MLS from my eye. No, I don't think so. They just play different positions.
Yeah, maybe. Do
you mean technically?
Yeah, technically could be, but Miles is a better player.
I think so. I watched them. I mean, admittedly, I'm no kind of scout, right? So I'm certainly not going to win an argument based on my talent spotting or talent profiling. But I watched a lot of Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Wanyeri, Cozy Dubry. And for me, the guy that I just fell in love with was Miles Lewis-Skelly because he plays. Like, I'm not comparing him to Vieira, obviously, but he's more Jack Wilshere. He's more. There's something about him that I just really like because
he's got that X appeal.
Yeah, he's got some. So's Wanyeri, I think. But Wanyeri's, I don't know. With Miles Lewis-Skelly, it's when he did that Buddha celebration.
Yeah,
that's a level of confidence that you only have when you know you're the bomb. You know, like, I know I'm good, man. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, I'll take on Erling Haaland. Yeah, I'd go. He's not scared of anything. And Ethan Wanyeri, I think they both have sensational character. This isn't me trying to assassinate Ethan Wanyeri's character, but for me, when you watch football, there are players that you like and there are players that you love. And Miles Lewis-Skelly was a player that I've loved since I saw him. So I've been saying it for years. I think he'll be a future captain at Arsenal. And I think Ethan Wanyeri is brilliant. And I like them both. Lucky, I think Ethan needs to do whatever he needs to do so he can remain an Arsenal player. I just think this puts a real wedge between him and the rest of the team. Marseille offered Wanyeri Champions League football and a title race. We couldn't predict the manager exit or lack of minutes. It was just the best plan for growth instead of sitting on a bench. What do you mean Marseille offered Wanyeri Champions League football and a title race? What do we offer him?
I mean, I think he means that, like, when Ethan was going, yeah. But I mean, like,
he's saying he was going to play in Champions League games. But if you're so daft that you can't see Arsenal going deeper in the Champions League than Marseille, fair enough, go man.
MLS was on the bench for more than half of the season. Salmon has been on the bench for more than half of the season. They are not like, well, Salmon is different, but MLS didn't want a loan. He decided to just continue fighting for his place. So I don't understand this point fully, but yeah, it is what it is.
If someone actually gave Wanyeri no, go to Marseille. I just think that's incredible that someone would have actually said that to him, because he's 18 years old.
We do this with footballers a lot, by the way. We always go, "Oh, he's getting advice." At a certain point, when whether you're a young man or when you're grown up, you're making your decisions.
Yeah.
You live with those decisions.
Yeah.
And Arsenal doesn't really feel like a club that will say, okay, if one of their youngsters said, "I would like to go here," they are not. I don't feel it doesn't feel like a Man United. No,
I'm absolutely certain it didn't work like that, Benny. Just for the simple fact that Roberto De Zerbi is a well-admired coach by Mikel Arteta. So, are we saying that Ethan Nwaneri went out and found De Zerbi, or did De Zerbi phone up and ask if there was any availability?
I mean, what likely could have happened was that Nwaneri might have gone into Mikel's office and said, "Mikel, am I going to play this season, or what's the plan?" And he's like, "No, you're not ready." And then it's like, "Okay, I want to go out on loan." And then I guess it's now time, our job as a team to find the best place for Nwaneri to go on loan, where they might see him thrive, and maybe at the best.
I think that's a very good interpretation of something that very likely might have happened. So here's my counter to that. If I'm Arteta and a young man comes and says that to me, I go, I'm not psychic. All right? Like, I don't know how it's going to work out. I'll tell you this. Your best chance of playing is if you impress me in training. Right? You get your head down and impress me in training. And my job is to determine when you're ready to play. But that's my job and I'm doing it. And one of the things that stood out for me was when Arteta was talking about the academy players and saying how important is it to bring them through. He goes, no, we have standards at this club. And if they're good enough, they play. And if they're not, I don't care if they're academy or otherwise. And that's got to be his outlook. And you can't criticise him for that. So if Nwaneri knocks on my door and I'm Mikel Arteta, I say, look, what you're asking me to do is tell you if you're going to play. And what I'm saying to you is if I think you're good enough, you'll play. So all you can do is impress the shit out of me in every opportunity you get. And I'll give you some opportunities to do that. And if you take them, you're in. Because didn't you come into the side last season? Who do you think put you in the side last season?
Exactly. But what about if he says...
No, I don't think any manager can say to you, you're definitely not playing. Because I don't know...
Obviously did not say that. But I mean, what about if he said, no, I would like more reassurance, or maybe I need to just go out on...
If you are a 19-year-old player who wants assurances in a club that's chasing the Premier League and Champions League, if you want assurances, you're not going to get them.
Hang on, Dan. Wasn't there a rumor about, before he signed his contract, about assurance? There was a rumor about...
There are always rumors about those. When you look at contracts, and I'm not saying I've looked at a lot of them, there are clauses in them, but there are very few times where minutes are guaranteed to young players.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he was made those kind of assurances, but there would have been conversations around it. We have a bright future. Look, we're not signing you because we don't rate you. We think you're great, but if you want to know which games you're going to be playing in, I'm not saying that, and I don't think any manager would tell you that. It will come out in the wash months, maybe years from now, and we'll find out. And one way I think we find out is the same way we find out is at a point where we were desperate to keep him. And Raul Walters, they both turned us down. And Cozy Dewberry immediately signed for Brighton, and I thought, do you know what? Fair play to him. He'll play Premier League minutes at Brighton. And then they loaned him out to Blackpool. He made a mistake. You know, there are plenty of players who've made that mistake. Amari Hutchison, he was the one who said to Nwaneri, "Don't do it. Don't go to a Chelsea or something like that because you won't improve your career." Whereas Amari Hutchison's not the world-class player that everyone said he was going to be. Cozy Dewberry's not the world-class player everyone said. Charlie Patino can't get into the Deportivo La Coruña side. Like all of these players that I thought, Emile Smith-Rowe, they all played like shit against us.
Yeah, it was shocking.
But what's he done at Fulham? Nothing. You know, so I'm totally in love with the academy players and the romance of it. And Mikel Arteta's like, I don't give a shit if you're an academy player or not. If I have to pick between two players, I don't go back the romance of their upbringing. I go, who's going to do better on the pitch? Whatever he's done with Miles Lewis-Skelly, that embrace between the two of them at the end, that felt genuine to me. That felt like, when you see Skelly's arms around the gaffer and that just beaming. And when he was like, so you looked really happy because I'm a fan. I love it. My team doing well. So he's whatever. Sometimes as a coach or a manager, I've said this a few times. Best managers ever got anything out of me were sometimes the ones that said you're shit and you can't do it because I will move heaven and earth to prove them wrong. And they drag the best out of me when all the ones that were really, really kind to me and loving and supportive, and I underperformed. And similarly, sometimes I've put people in positions at work and they've come through it and they've thanked me, even though I actually wasn't doing it to get the best out of them. I genuinely was just being honest with them. I think with Ethan Wanyeri, we'll find out, but somebody made a mistake there, and I think it was Ethan.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Look at the clock enders is here. It's good news for the Blues, and there's no more time to lose because we're hot on the trail, and there's no way we're going to fail.
Okay, now. The clock enders is the Adam's arms bard.
Yeah, he's not Bard. What do you mean?
No, he's the bard.
I know. I'm doing the joke. I'm doing a joke we always used to do in Shoreditch, my mate's pub in Shoreditch, when people would come in with those William Shakespeare beards, and my mate would just go, "You're Bard." So Nath says, "So get your coat on and get moving because we don't know the meaning of losing. So come on, and get down to Goodison Pub. Woohoo!" When Yeri was told that he needs to be playing or something like that, so now he's out on loan after forcing the move himself. He's an idiot. Dan, let's get some goals in the West Ham. Yes, do it. Everton, we never shone so brightly. Everton, the spirit of the Blues. I don't have any hope for that. I did a thing earlier. I'm saying 2-0 at least to City. I just don't see Everton surviving this game. But I've been wrong so many times. That was his best game since he bossed the midfield against City last year while inverting. Oh man, that game where Lewis Skelly scored that goal. Because you think how long it's been, and you said Benny, like he's been patient. He's been patient. Cometh the hour.
It's his old attitude. I mean, what was that game where he got substituted and he had to walk around the pitch at the Emirates?
And then he was like that.
Yeah.
Oh, was that at the Emirates?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
because all the fans were absolutely getting mental that he's doing it and the clapping.
Yeah, I love him. How can you say what like it's football debates? I find it nothing more tedious than like when I was on show last night when they're going, "Oh, I don't put Saka in this tier," and I don't care what flavour ice cream you like or who your favourite player is. It's one of those things like we can talk. If you say one thing and I say another thing, we're never going to resolve it. No one's ever going to be able to say to me who I like as a player. There are some players. I remember when I went to see a Europa League game, and it was probably against Bodo Glimt. That's my recollection now. My brother and I were there. The stadium was not full. It was very early on. Emil Smith-Rowe came on. He'd been on loan the season before, and I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see Emil Smith-Rowe." And my brother was like, "Was he any good then?" And I was like, "No, I really like this kid." And I watched him, and I was just mesmerised by him because he plays football how I like to see football played. So for me, I didn't want to see him sold. I wanted him to stay. I thought he had a future. But as the years went on, it was clear that Arteta didn't agree with me, and I thought he was making a terrible mistake. And it looks like history's proved him right, doesn't it? When Arsene Wenger let Paul Merson go, I was like, you cannot let the magic man leave this club. But it wasn't like he went on to win the Ballon d'Or at Middlesbrough. Sometimes you have to just trust that the managers work with him every single day, and he's not seeing what he wants to see. And like, I don't know the name of the Olympique Marseille coach, but he doesn't rate Wanyeri. So maybe it's just that Wanyeri's gotten too big for his boots or isn't quite as good as we all thought. I don't know. The Guna, you booked the flight to Budapest. Yeah, I've got 2 hopes of getting to Budapest, mate. No Hope and Bob Hope. No, but I will be watching it. I don't know if either of you two saw this. There's been rumours. I think that the club are seriously considering, having spoken to the police, allowing the Emirates to host the Champions League final if we make it, so that you can go and watch it there on a big screen.
I might be going to Budapest. We'll see. But actually, I might be going to Budapest in 2 weeks. But maybe I'll go and
scoping it out and just stay there, and just break into the stadium and just stay there. Nate, if you're going, I hope you are, man. You deserve to be. Well, of course you are. What am I talking about? MLS and Ethan were made to play together. Yeah, MLS, even on the eye, is way better than Ethan. We're watching the same game. I agree with you. Come on, you Gunners. 2-1-2-3. Helen players come in pairs and one has to sacrifice. Well, I hope not, because you've got Max Dalman then. MLS is currently a high-risk, high-reward player. I don't see it that way. Out of the whole squad, Ethan is the most overrated. Had a brace against City, a goal against Port Vale, and people acting like he should be starting delusional, fraudulent. No. No, you've gone too far again. No. Not having that. I thought at a time where we really needed Ethan, he was running at players and he was taking players on, and I really liked that about him. So I'm a big fan. But I definitely prefer Miles Lewis Skelly. So we're agreeing on that. All Ethan had to do is wait. Those 6 months out on loan could do more damage to his career than if he stayed with the team. That's how I feel.
Awesome. Yeah.
Looking at City, Palmer and Alvarez chose to go opposite what Pep wants. Is Ethan that bigger player with similar qualities to make big jumps? Well, if it's a big jump, I mean, he's gone to Marseille. And, Marseille aren't challenging for Ligue 1. They're 7th. They're equivalent to Brentford. Ethan has not had enough minutes, so I haven't come to a judgment. Very sensible. Everton had a chance of Europe. Scousers hate Manx. First trip to the new ground for City. I can feel it. I can't feel it. I can't feel it at all. But what a bank holiday Monday that would be, eh? Oh. Flights booked. I'm so pleased for you, man. You deserve to have the best day of your life. We're all hoping you do. Desmoran says Ranieri should have backed himself and stayed, but he didn't. So I'd say based on previous situations, he's probably alone. I'm not saying MLS is bad on the eye. Ranieri is just good on the eye. Different positions, though. I watched Carlos Baliba versus Newcastle United. Ball tracking, great. I'm yet to be sold on him. That's about true, Des. Well, sorry, Benny, what was that?
Said he's a good player, but he was better last season. Now this season is Man United were going to pay like loads of money for him before.
It's how you've said it before as well. It's the amount of money you pay for players from Premier League.
Brighton rob everybody anyway.
I may forget Brighton. Brighton's the next level. Yeah, like that. They basically, when you talk about how much money Chelsea have spent, half of that's gone to Brighton.
So there's no point bidding for him. Okay,
he hasn't done anything in this calendar year that I'm aware of. What's he done since the turn of the year? And I watch Brighton a lot. I've seen him play 90 minutes. Have I seen him play 90 minutes? This year.
Physical, but just yeah.
No, but I don't think they don't. Herzog doesn't play him for 90 minutes.
Yeah. I think I watched the game against them and Tottenham. I think he prefers. Herzog is actually.
He didn't. He didn't play. He didn't play against Tottenham. I remember him not playing against Tottenham.
Okay, Dan and Zanzi. I need to get out of here.
That can't be done. Zanzi, did you lock the door? You're keeping Benny from. Benny, you don't have to make you've been outstanding, and thank you for keeping us company and being here. Once again,
I'll be in Tirana on Tuesday, so I'll be watching the Arsenal game from Albania. And
what are you doing in Albania?
Oh, there's like it's this holiday thing, small festival there. So I'm gonna go and spend a few days there.
He's always on holiday.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he had 2 weeks and was it Mallorca or something like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Spain. Yeah. No, I didn't have to. It was a few days. Come on, Zanzi.
No.
Keep up. And to be fair, that was Easter. So it was like an extend. It's like something you can extend because you.
Why not go on holiday if you can? Do you know what I mean? Like, so what? No, I want you to sit in your apartment by, like.
To be fair, Zanzi, you lot went out of Europe, so you can't do the holiday thing like we do. I can
Austrian passport. Hold the phone. Austrian passport. I can still live in Norway if I want to. I can travel. I have.
We've only left the EU. We haven't left Europe, mate.
Yeah.
True. But no, Benny, thanks for being here, man. And drop us a line when we celebrate going through. And
I'm hoping. So this time last year, I was actually in Albania as well, and we were playing PSG, and I was the only one at the bar in Albania wearing my Arsenal jersey and almost crying because PSG beat us. But this time, I
this
had
feels like a different time, doesn't it? This does feel. But I think the final, maybe. I'm not saying anything about the final. Let's just get to it. But it's been brilliant having you here. And once again, thank you for. I just thought it was so cool because you weren't just saying tune into the. You did like. I was surprised he let you carry on talking. I was like,
I know, right? Yeah,
it's brilliant.
I was like, yeah.
No, brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much, and great to have you here. And
I
enjoy Albania.
Benny's been outstanding and upstanding as well. There we go.
Be lucky. I hope Ethan does not turn out like Emil. Me too. Can't get my money back if it goes
out like Charlie Patino.
Yeah, well, he's not going to do that. He's not that. Clock Ender says, I can't get my money back if it goes Pete. I can however, divert it to Schiphol. Yeah. It's not going to go. We'll get... I hate the idea of not making this final. Fitness coming back. Manchester United teams we want take Alex Scott, Mateus Fernandes. Underrated. Can be underrated. Some great Premier games. Also, can I just say, Aston Villa, wow, Unai Emery, you fraud. It's true, isn't it? Like, can we just end of conversation about Unai Emery being as good as Arteta? Fucking use. I mean, it just does my head in. Good evening. What do you think of the new TIFO that we're unveiling on Tuesday night? Hopefully that helps with the environment. We go, oh no. Oh, I hate TIFOs. I don't care. I don't give a shit about TIFOs, and I just don't.
Did you watch any of the Europa or conference games at all?
No, I listened to. Funnily enough, I had to go. I'm trying to keep up my steps, so I had to do like a stupid amount. I had to do a 15,000 step walk after work. So I did the old school thing of listening to it on the radio, and I really enjoyed the Nottingham Forest Aston Villa game on the radio. Excuse me, on the radio.
Yeah, because I had the. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure it's Braga match. Because they're the team which that their stadium is at the end of it is like a huge great big cliff, and it was really interesting watching the. Let's tell you something. Yeah, I went on Google search.
Oh yeah.
Ground level, trying to find the stadium, and it's one of these stadiums that's hidden, because if you're on the cliff side.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it because it's down there.
Right.
And if you're on the other end of it, you can't see it because it's really quite low. And the only giveaway is in between some houses or some trees. You could just see the tops of the stands, and that's it. But if you looked at it quickly, you wouldn't see it. Oh, my neck just clicked then.
Stay with me.
Yeah.
Whiplash just telling a story.
That's
I don't know anything about it, but I have to say, it made me think how much I enjoy. As a young man, I don't think I watched that many matches. It was making me think on the walk. I was like, how many matches I remember? Like the Bolton game in '98 where we won 1-0 because Christopher Wray. And it was Jonathan Pearce's voice on the radio going, and another team in the north is quaking in their boots tonight as Arsenal take a 1-0 lead against Bolton. And Kevin Campbell scoring at the Estadio de Luz against Benfica for a 1-1. It's a Cam goal! When England beat Turkey 5-0 at Wembley, Jonathan Pearce's commentary was, and the Turks have been plucked, stuffed and roasted at Wembley. Just something about listening to football on the radio is just brilliant. I just loved it. I mean, I couldn't do it with an Arsenal match if it was on telly, but yeah.
No, I mean, I could have one game which really stands out is when we went to Old Trafford after they'd had a brilliant start, unbeaten they were, and we beat them 1-0,
In 83.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. 83.
because
Ron Atkinson was manager.
it must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And listening to that on the radio, thinking, oh God, it's been attack after attack after
Yeah.
attack. United are bound to score in a minute, and then all of a sudden, hey, Arsenal go 1-0 up, and I'm thinking, oh, go hell, this has all changed, hasn't it?
But it's mad how many games I wouldn't have heard, wouldn't have seen. Like, just because it wasn't every game on telly.
Yeah, you know the stupid thing about it as well is that when they're talking about digital radio, they're saying all you got to do is come on to BBC Two, which is doing the sports, and you'll be able to listen to each game, but you'll be able to pick each game that you wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what a brilliant idea! Never fucking happened at all, did it?
No, you can do it now.
Oh, you can now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But no, I mean, very soon after the Sky Revolution, everything started being televised. Big matches got televised. But in those days of the late 80s, like most of those games in the away games that I couldn't go to as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, in the 89 season, I would have listened to on the radio. I remember, just sitting there in my bedroom by myself with the radio on and just crapping, and like every sound and everything that every near miss, and it was so evocative. I was thinking about this. I don't think I have ever actually seen Kevin Gamble's goal against Benfica. I don't think I've ever seen a film of it, but I can picture it like I did. And it's funny when I picture it from as if I was sitting at the Stadio de Luz, it's just incredibly evocative for me that those sounds of football are just so how I remember it. But it's a soundscape, not a visual.
But it's so funny when you hear a match on the radio, and you can hear them attacking.
Yeah.
And they shoot, and the crowd go ooh like that, and you think, oh God, that was really close. And then it goes on to match of the day, and you watch it, and you think, whoa, it's fucking miles over the crossbar, but the fans are still going ooh like that. And you think, oh God, there was nowhere near.
Yeah. Boy Tendy is saying skip the Tifo stuff, please. I think we're on the same. So I'm sorry. Aston Villa really messed up. Emery Classic. Clock Enders. Found this channel a while back and love being here. It's great to share the highs and lows with you all. Actually be heard. You're doing a top job. Hope. Mate, Assassin Boy. You make it. So thanks for being here. Me neither. We aren't Hungarian ultras. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like this is all a European nonsense. Who gives a shit about Tifos? As soon as I see that Villa lineup, I knew it was coming. He will throw the game against City if they make it. Yeah, that game's thrown. I'm counting on him. They might even rack up a cricket score against Villa in the last, because Villa have nothing to play for. Belieber is going to be another Jemba for Man United. I hope they get him. It's more romantic the less you know, Dan. That's why the radio is a memory of its own. It's so true. So true. I remember my stepfather at the time punished me by cancelling Sky Sports, and I would listen to Arsenal on the radio. It was. I just remember Capital Gold. That's the era I remember best. Jonathan Pearce and just that, and they were partisan. So they were, because watch the BBC News, and it's a good goal for the English side, and let's have a good fair game. And no, Jonathan Pearce was like, "Come on, Arsenal!" You can, and so it was. It was proper. I still love it, man. Absolutely love it. Football, you can't explain it to people who don't love it, but it is just in you, isn't it? It's just in you. Like, I felt so good after the Fulham game this weekend. Love Over Hate says, 87 says, I know exactly what you mean about radio. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Maybe I'll do that as a next watch along. Won't be a watch along. It'll be a radio style, Actually, might as well be.
That's weird you saying that, because I was thinking maybe we should do this program like a radio thing. And who's our next caller? We have Love Over Hate.
It kind of is. It kind of is, isn't it? Well, you always just do it as a format.
And Love Over Hate says, I know exactly what you mean about radio. So do we, Love Over.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd last an entire 3 hours doing it that way.
Oh, God, no.
But, I'm game. Jack Swagger, the good old wireless. And it's as the Arsenal players take to the field, resplendent in red and white, track airs and uniforms. There's always a radio broadcast of the national team here in South Africa. It was a vibe in the 90s, yeah. Things aren't better now. They're not better, that's all I'm saying. Zanzi, we've done 2.5 hours, mate. I'm coming to you
I can remember going back with the little transistor radio, little black one, and then used to tune into.
Yeah. I had one. I used to have trouble sleeping at night when I was about 9 years old, and I used to get under the duvet, and I'd have my headphones, and I'd listen to talk radio. He was giving it John Peel vibes. So
Yeah. John Peel.
Maybe we do that. And this is a song by Electric Swastika and Sexual Nipple. It's like the fucking punk shit he used to play. Clockenders says, different buzz around the Emirates Saturday. Haven't heard a half-time applause send-off like that. And so, that was brilliant. And my God, that's, all this bullshit about, like, do the fans, have the fans been making the players nervous? No. You saw it on Saturday. When you give these fans something to cheer, they will show you the love. And that's what, mate, Saka. Wrap him in cotton wool. SGI-FM, late night love, listening to couples' dilemmas as an 8-year-old. Messed me up big time. It was the one who used to do then they put the music on and goes, now we've got a letter from Nancy, who's a district nurse in Northumberland. And Nancy writes, when I was 22, I worked in a, do you know these stories? Stories
was on
of
the
our time.
Radio 1?
Something like that. I think it must have been.
Yeah, because they had the
the background music. Yeah. Hang on, let me see if I've got some of that. Let me see if it. I must have. Wait there.
Oh God, who was it?
Oh, no, it's not going to do it. No. No. Oh, damn it. Hang on. Oh, this is our theme. This is. Yeah, so loads of songs here. I'll have to do that. I'll have to set us up for a. In the off season, we've got to find things to do anyway, right? But over to you now for your last and I always do this. Not your last thoughts. Your thoughts for the evening. Your Zanti, are you with me?
Yes, I'm trying to think who that.
Well, don't, because I need to get to sleep now. So let's have your
Mike
thoughts.
Reed.
Mike Reed. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Mike Reed from EastEnders, but the Mike Reed.
No.
Run around.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Right. Your thoughts. Come on. Let's have your thoughts.
Me with that one around.
Yeah. No. Run around. Like some bloke there in a hat going.
Yeah.
Dodgy as hell, wasn't it? Right. Grab some cabbages. Run around. Now,
dodgy is some people though from the
BBC. I'm on clock now. I need to sleep. So
okay. Anyway, it's been absolutely emotional today. I'm emotionally drained. Everyone in the chat, look, everyone in the chat. I've been absolutely spiffing today on the Dan and Zanzi late night show.
Late night.
So, thank you.
No, do you know what? We'd be a breakfast show. Do you know, like in America, it's always something and the animal. So it'd be Zanzi and the bear, or Dan and the badger. Like it's always that, We'd be Danzy.
I'm not a morning person. I'm a late night owl.
This is morning.
No, it's late night, mate.
Mate, a couple of hours. It's morning.
I know. But then the morning
we'd
host would be on saying, "Hey, welcome in the morning too."
Yeah, and we'd nick his socks. Something like that, I don't know. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
No, sorry. Dan, you're the shining star of our thing, and I love the way your headphones and your shirt are matching. Yes.
No expensive bed, mate.
Well done to the missus for getting those out for you.
No, this is all me. In fact, she's quite cross with me because this is a favourite T-shirt of mine that's got loads of holes in it. I've had it far too long. She actually said earlier today, you need to replace that. And I was like, it's irreplaceable. It's irreplaceable.
No, you can't replace stuff like that.
You can't. It's impossible.
No.
So you appreciate that. You appreciate my my colour coordination, and the crowd and the fans in the audience go once again absolutely bananas for Zanzi. And I'd like to follow up on what Zanzi was saying by adding that I actually think this is the best chat community on YouTube, all of YouTube.
Absolutely.
And I've been on a few, and there's some with loads of people, but this is better. Love over hate, great to see you here. Any of you here who have yet to subscribe, this would be a good time to do it. We're on 2212, which is not terrible. Oh, beg your pardon, 2213. So we're on our way to 2214. It doesn't really matter. But see you on the other side, Dan, Zans, and come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Everton. Come on, you Toffees.
Next time you're on, we'll be looking at who we're going to be playing in the Champions League final. Would it be Bayern Munich? Would it be Barcelona?
Oh, God, yeah. I can't wait for that conversation. Or we'll just get drunk and, whatever. Funny seeing people jump on Arteta. He's right. The quality didn't surprise him for the PSG Bayern game because their stars play fewer minutes. Stats prove they rest while our lads run ragged. Exactly. Guys, all of you have been absolutely fantastic once again. And thank you for joining us. And we'll be here on Tuesday night, as Zanzi just said, to discuss who we're going to be playing in the final of the Champions League. Trucker. All right.
And I have to admit, if we do win the when we win the Premier League, I don't care who we play in the Champions League final.
I don't. Oh, it's a final, isn't it? We'll beat anyone. Until I see you again, be lucky and lots of love.